And I don't wanna see you, and I don't wanna see you again. No, just trying, oh, to deny the fact that there's never less to you. I played the game and lost the bet. I don't wanna love again. And I don't wanna love again.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Hopefully all of you are having a good one. Can I get this thing to stay up? Can I? Close enough. Close enough. That's all I can do right now. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope all of you are having a good one. We'll get the duels back underway, boys. Let me fix the webcam real quick. Swear to God, I gotta figure out like the defaults for that thing. Do I need to get the software? Do I really need to? Do I need to get the Logitech shitty software? Please, not to flame Logitech. This is the webcam software with my past PC. Never worked, and if anything, it caused more problems. So maybe they changed it by now. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope all of you are having a good one. We got some EU duels on the way. Let me get the next song going, dude. What's the next song? Turn down a bit. It's a interesting choice of a song they added to NCS, but I don't mind it. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. I like your mustache. Yo, thank you so much, Eduardo. Who do we got in chat, boys? What do we got in chat? We got Jose, we got El Capitano, SL, we got also Senpai. Oh, Senpai, how's it going, fam? Josh Kren, we got ourselves Evelyn Chill, we got ourselves the boys. How you boys all doing? What's up, Dendo? How you doing, my man? What's up, Eduardo? How you doing, Ski Dog? How you doing, my man? Boys are having a good one. How Ferals and Shallons notices. You check out my next video, man. Maybe it'll be on the Ferals. You never know, right? I did post a video how it feels to play Druid in Shadowlands, so you can check that out. I'll probably do a Druid run for Torghast soon, hopefully. What's up? Been a while. How you doing, SL? Hope you're having a good one, man. Alright, boys. We're gonna be hopping on EU for the duels for the day. It is Friday. It is time for the EU boys to come out and stretch their legs, man. Anybody watching the AWC, by the way? I just watch warriors and mages and demon hunters. I don't see a lot of demon hunters in the AWC. They're really strong on ladder, but like a twos, but you don't really see nearly as many of them. I guess unless you're a fire mage or a dust warlock. I mean, they're kind of out of luck, if you know what I mean. One of the better classes available right now, but boys, it is time for 5v5 1v1 duels. Logging on. Send me a message if you got a group up and running. Yo, have you ever looked at Para yet? Para who? Was it you that told me about Para? Are you talking about Para glasses? Are you talking about Para glasses guy? I might know who that is then. Yeah. No, I don't watch a lot of his stuff though. I don't. We gotta go to Alex and Rand first. We got Atho in the background as well. How you boys doing? Got a group ready, my dude. Alrighty, boys. All right, let's actually no. Let's do Atho because I feel like I never really get Atho in these as often as I used to, man. I used to get Atho in these all the fucking time. I miss my boy, man. Let's get Athoman and Alex. We get us Ornash Ren next, just because I miss my boy Atho. How you doing, my man? If you're having a good one, dude. Let me also switch to the duels mix, boys. Is it gonna be 3 warriors? Let's also go with the same rules we usually do, boys. 2 of every class, yeah? 2 of every class. Just to keep it consistent, you know what I mean? Right? Right, boys? 2 warriors? Oh, I'm okay with that. 2 rogues on the other team? I'm okay with that too. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Who do we got today? We got us DX1. I don't even know. Should I call you the 1? DX? The only? We got us ASUS is here as well as I want to say an Assassin's Rogue for Team Blue. We got us iBurst. We got ourselves Motor what is his name? Motor Turbo. Look how I'll call you Turbo, dude. Motor Turbo. We got ourselves Crusader as well in Team Blue versus Team Red with Athoman as a Retribution Paladin phase. As a Havoc Demon Hunter, Yowashi, we got ourselves Shadow. I'm gonna call it Shadow just because it's close enough. And Elune. We got Shadow and Elune. The Russian boys with that. Washi gonna be going to first. I want to say an Assassination Rogue versus DX1. I think we've ever seen this man before. We'll see if he is the one, the only, the champion of the dueling arena. Getting opened up by Yowashi in the opener with a killer shot. Destrigat. Couple spells thrown in there. That's gonna be some Phantom Nice as he watches us try to see if he can separate himself from one. We're just gonna chill back and catch a couple of Vivifies back here, letting the rogue catch a full reset. Being an orc with the orc racial, you won't sit those stuns nearly as long as a rogue would want you to. But Iwashi did throw in a Crucible in there. We'll have a second stack or even a third stack of Crucible available very soon. Could be a lot of damage. Getting shot onto DX1 with a Vendetta to follow. No Trinket out of the Monk with a bike to follow. It's going to go for a Ring of Boopity Bob. Has a Twisted Appendage on. I'm going to be porting back, and that's going to be Iwashi. Perfect opportunity for him to maybe catch a Shadow Step unless he's already used it already with Deep DX. Trying to see if he might be able to recover in health a little. I did burp in between though, didn't I? Had a damn good breakfast, man, in the afternoon. Damn, was it good. Big Nostragath coming down by the Monk as he's trying to turn around. You watch it, get a shot by the Rogue. This is out super low. Not for nothing, Venom to follow as Wall comes out by DX1. Gonna be a bit of an evasion for the Wash. Trying not to get interrupted by the Rogue. The Rogue's evasion is gonna be down in just a mere moments. Get DX1 living long enough blind on DX1. Trink inside of it. If you watch, you can catch himself a full stun onto the Monk to follow here. Could be a perfect opportunity as he does catch himself into advantage. DX1 catching up with quite a bit of health though with those Vivifies in. Yowashi is just in a bad position looking for a full clean reset, restealth, redo. Can we just go back to the arena, restart the arena? That's going to be very unfortunate. DX1 though is going to be able to heal himself up quite a bit. Might want to be looking for the eyes. One eye's available, both eyes available versus Rogue. No evasion, no Cloak of Shadows. Oh wait, Cloak of Shadows still there. Not like it's gonna matter really. No Vanish available, and it's gonna be another Dress Trick coming out for Iwashi. Now getting the big crits against Dress is doing a bit of damage. Such a death onto Iwashi. Has a Trinket for the next stun. Shoot Trinket. There's no way out of it. Trying to Cloak of Shadows out of there. Twisted Appendage is trying to do some damage back to the Monk. That does do quite a bit of damage. And Yowashi does try to get himself as much healing as possible with a Sipic up and to start to follow as DX1 does pop himself Diffused Magic, which actually does help against the Rogue. Into a killing shot, DX1, no Trinket available, could be done and done for him, but Yowashi is going to get caught in the Karma drone. DX1 is going to be able to try to reverse some damage back with a fist, very big old kick. And DX1 trying to be the one, man. It's trying to be the one. With Shadow going to be going up next, man. From one rogue into another. Out of the pan into the fryer. It looks like DX1 is going to eat yet another kidney shot, man. His kidneys! Leave his kidneys alone! You monsters! Let him keep his kidneys, man! He only got 2 of them. How many shots could they take? It's going to be big slappers by DX1 and Shadow. Not looking all that health. He might want to catch a full reset. DX1 is just going to chill back there. Got a bit of healing. Has a port of plan B out of there. Try to see if he might be able to catch the rogue. Does not dragon kick on top of him. That sap is going to stop him for a second, but the dots are still rolling. DX1 does have a port way above. Being that orc racial is crucial here to surviving these rogues goes, especially when he didn't have a trinket at the time. A single kidney shot with a nice lineup by the rogue could be deadly. DX1 is marked. He knows the rogue is approaching him. Has a trinket back up in the karma and the wall for a bit. And Shadow's looking to just kite him around, just trying to get some dots on the guy, trying to hit him with some crippling poison, just trying to kite the man around with dots. Throw a mallet at DX1, actually. I was going to say, why is DX1 not really wanting to commit? He doesn't really want to approach the rogue. He doesn't actually just want to run at him. That's because the mallet, he didn't want to be put in a bad situation, lose a bunch of health. Go to pick up the eyes. And he should be able to see the rogue here. Try to see if he might be able to get an ink cap around the corner. If he's fast enough, he might be able to still tag the rogue. Put support up, back up in case the rogue wants to attack him or sap him while he comes down. Get a shot, and Shadow again going for that kiting. But that's going to be the monk to meet him at the top there. Needs a couple good procs in order to get the damage going. Does go for the Fist of Fury, but the rogue is going to outrun it, using a crippling poison from poison knives in order to separate himself from the monk. Trying to go for that Shadow Step to juke him out. Not happening. DX1 setting up a port ahead of time, going around different angles, trying to give this rogue a free Shadow Step. That's at least going to keep him in combat with a Jade Lightning. Might want to engage right here in order to try to stop the rogue. Get a shot, comes out on DX1. Does Shadow go for the big damage, trying to get the dots up and running, but is not committing Vendetta or anything. That's going to be advantaged by the rogue, as DX1 is just going to have to wait it out. These rogues, man, having such slow openers. Well, actually, no. Yawashi waiting for the full Vendetta. DX1 was like, you know what? It's a Vendetta. I'm okay with it. I'm a monk. Conflict of Strife. Major. Easy. I'm just going to get stunned up. Big amounts of versatility. Maybe that's what this man is going for. Got them right hand slappers. A massive versatility. And you just can't take any damage, even with the Vendetta. Maybe that's what Dresser Gas trinkets are not doing any damage to this guy. Stunned by Shadow. It looks like, again, this man just takes no damage while stunned. Maybe Shadow might just want to open up with a Garrode. No stuns whatsoever, because he just procced out the Conflict of Strife. Big disarm onto the rogue. Trying not to give him Shadow Step. Does have a port in case. Does get to use the port. And Shadow actually has nowhere to go. Fist of Fury gonna hit him. Does have evasion. That is not completely slowed down by the Fist of Fury, but he has nowhere to go. Get a shot onto DX1. Throwing a melee at the guy. Maybe it might be able to make something good happen with this melee. Turning around the melee back into the rogue with a big old whirling dragon punch, and down goes Vinruki with a loon going up next with a big dress trinket onto DX1. Hasn't used karma so far yet. Trying not to use that karma if he can help it. He's gonna might be able to get a karma here. No, actually might be in a bad situation. Those fell lenses are flying. The wall keeping him alive by just a hair, and he's the karma off immediately as the demon hunter is approaching right afterwards. A loon is gonna get hit with a ring of boopity bop. Actually, ring of DC. Is that what we were looking at? A ring of DC? That is super unfortunate. Is he back? He got himself full Ellie. He is back in the game. Don't know what happened prior. He did bust out a full Guardian of Azeroth Darkness onto DX1 as he did pop in Karma. DX1 is still in a very, very bad situation right now. He's going to get a port away from a loon, but he's going to get hit with a maledict. No healing available for this man whatsoever. Getting interrupted. That's going to be huge damage for the Demon Hunter if he can follow that up. DX1 does hit a disarm when the Demon Hunter needs something out of this, but looks like he's going to get cleaved down by the DH. With Iburst going to be going up next as a Fury Warrior. Big TD flying from the Warrior. Actually might be quite valid since he has extra health. TD is not super amazing PvP. But better than nothing, the Loon is going to be flying up in the air. And Iburst actually has to take the damage to the face. Is going to get him to reflect. Did get himself in rage regeneration. No value out of that heal whatsoever. This lands a stun onto the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter looking like he actually wants to end him with a couple slappers here and there. Iburst is in a bad situation, trinket for a Loon, as he just wants to finish that guy off. It's going to be open by Christina onto a Loon, trying to see if he can maybe one-shot the Demon Hunter out of here. Twisted up edge attacking Christina, does eliminate it immediately. That's going to be tricky. Going to trade out Christina from a stun from afar by a Loon. And with Thorns, he might be able to just go down here. Loon barely at any health. And I think, just bled to the bleeds. And down he goes. Who's up next? Is it going to be Atha? It is my boy Atha. My man, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a bit. It is 8-minute mark, boys. As a 19% dampen is climbing up. He only has 2 items with Versa and 26% burst. It's not that much. Well, when you have all the other stacks built up, I mean, when you get stunned, what is that still? When you have all your Conflict and Strife stacks built up, you have about, what, 40% Versa? When you get stunned, that's a 40% damage reduction in a sense, is what I'm trying to say. That's so huge. That's gonna be bike onto Atho by Christina. Huge damage coming out of the Pharaoh. This is going berserk. Atho might have to bubble or bob this a little bit early. Try to see if he might be able to survive it. Doing a pretty decent job. Hodges Christina from those thorns, not attacking into thorns. He'd rather heal himself up to full, get himself wings up and running as well. And Christina looking like he wants to bail out of it. Try to see if he can get a juke into Atho, but Atho is more playing those wings defensively than anything. Finally, you're going to commit some damage onto the Pharaoh, but that's going to be considered juking all the way to the other side of the arena all together. 40% versus minus 20% damage. Lol, it's not by much. That's true, Capitana, but if you read the Conflict and Strife Major, when you get stunned, the defensive bonus is doubled. If you guys didn't know, Conflict and Strife, I would look at the S's right now and read it. Has a pretty good defensive buff for it if you get stun locked. There's going to be Thorns by Christina. Big bite with the Gesture Gas onto Athos. Shield of Vengeance coming up. Huge setup by Christina. Hodge by Athos. Gets a Shield of Vengeance to proc. And I think Christina's going to be out of here. Immediately goes down. Nice Shield of Vengeance proc by Athos. We are at 29% dampening where that shield is a lot less valuable. The shielding power as well as the bursty damage for it is lowered with dampening. So the less the shield absorbs, the higher the dampening, the less damage it does. Bubble coming out for Atho as ASUS is able to get quite a few cooldowns out of the mana. It's going to be a bubble for Atho. Needs to catch up a little bit of reheal. ASUS not looking super hot. Has a Trinket Evasion, Cloak of Shadows, and Advantage, so he actually has a full toolkit to survive the next burst from the Paladin. But for Atho, that was, I think, maybe even a Vendetta? Super hard to track Vendettas. Almost impossible. Unless you can somehow see the debuffs, and we can't. Not in this setup. But it's going to be ASUS up next versus Atho. 10 minutes in, 32% dampening. Atho just need to make sure to use that Shield of Vengeance, Blessing Protection at the right time. Decided to go bop in here pretty early on. Blood Elf coming down for ASUS. Could go for big damage into Atho. There's nothing stopping ASUS' damage. Actually, would you ASUS Trinket just now? I am not sure what the Trinket early, but Anthem is taking advantage of that Trinket, bursting through asses and even clipping him in AoE. Oh my goodness, a Divine Storm making a play with Turbo gonna be going up next as a Fury Warrior. Shield event is up for my boy Atham in here. As Turbo is looking to get away from the shield, Fear onto Atho. Actually going to be adaptation for Atho immediately. Shield does get to pop, but Moto was nowhere nearby. Moto or Turbo? Moto? I think Turbo, because Mote with an E. Doesn't seem like a Moto. Hodge into Turbo. You trinkets out of it. Atho got wings up and running. It's going to be Stormbolt. Moto is going to have to go for a little bit of a kiting spree, man. This man is just trying to run out of there. Atherman wins in the running game. Turbo needs to get in there, man. He needs to go Turbo. He needs to get himself in Rage Regeneration, catch up on a lot of the healing. Hand of Freedom coming out for Atho as he's looking to kite Turbo out around. He actually might want to pop a defensive, but he just doesn't. Atho just comes in with a couple good old slaps in there with a 3-0, and the rest of you boys played pretty well. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Alright, let's get another one going, team, yeah? You know, what's up, man? What's up, Jill? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one, Cracker. Yo, can we play next? I want to get Ornash and Ren, and I can get you which is back. How you doing, man? Yeah. Double Demon Hunter, is it okay? Double Demon Hunter is okay. Sub Rogue and you, that's fine. No, just no more than 3 rogues. That's all I ask for. What's up, back? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. Got us Ornash and Ren, and we can get Krager versus back. Ornash and Ren to Car. Perfect. Beautiful. Can we play now? Yeah. I gotta get Ornash and Ren first because they were the first ones. It's first come, first serve, you know what I mean? They were the first ones. They had a group. I want to get them in the next one, you know what I mean? And then we can get you in the next one after that one. How does that sound, Craig? What's the name of the group? You know, we called something like 5V5 1V1 DUELS, boys. Good morning, Mr. Down. Happy streaming thumbs as always. What's up, Lee Joe? Outside of my man. Thumbs up to you, my man. I'm all thumbs, boys. All thumbs. That's why I'm playing these duels. I'm all thumbs, dude. I'm gonna watch all these beautiful motherfuckers out here. Blasting fools. And what the hell is that monk's name? Hello? Twitch. How do you say, chat, how do you say this name? SSJ best stack, but the B I know is a long S sound in German. Best stack? SSJ? Wait, isn't SSJ like Super Saiyan thing? I could be wrong. We got ourselves SSJ, we got ourselves Techno, we got ourselves Angrisa, Necro, as well as Manetto. Ooh, a shadow piece here and everything. Looks like it's going to be Techno going up first versus the Demon Hunter LOL. Try to pop off the turn. If we get hit with a stun as it goes for a full metamorphosis with the big old eye beam. That's going to be Abomination joining the fight, flying out of the air as AMS is available for Techno. Looks like he'll be able to find some cover while he's hovering away from LOL. We also got us a Jug on team. What a bug. On team blue, we got us M6. We got us a Donate Blood and Ornash. How's LOL doing over here? Looks like he's trying to see if he can survive, man. Did a pretty decent job so far. With an eye to fall as Techno is going to get a landing that interrupt. Huge interrupt. Whenever you can land him on a Demon Hunter, that is going to stop extra haste from them. Big setup by LOL out of nowhere though. Big stun with a Reaping Flame onto Techno. Might even be able to cut that one in half with a cooldown reduction. And looks like he's going to back out of here. Went for a shadow move for a second as a couple of necrotics are stacking up on the guy. He might be able to get one more Reaping Flames on Techno and just take him out just like that. Big grip stun onto LOL. He didn't get himself a blade dance though. And Techno needs to make a play right now as LOL is such a high health compared to Techno. And a Reaping Flame takes him out with LOL. Cashing in on that execute bonus with Angrisa going to be going up next. LOL just flying out of there. He's like, you know what? I knew you were going to come at me from down below, so I'll hit you from up above. And Angrisa is going to be able to get back in this stun until LOL with the Reaping Flames back to him. Oh my goodness. I don't think LOL even got to cash in on his Reaping Flames bonus damage. Super unfortunate. M6 is going to be up next versus Angrisa, trying to see if he might be able to play against the Demon Hunter. Techno had a bit of a rough time with it. Did he just Zerker Rage out of Imprison? I think he did. So that gives us an opportunity to see what kind of Imprison Angrisa rolls. Some Demon Hunters like to get an auto talent where Imprison doesn't allow them to heal or take damage inside, so you can kind of use it as extra CC. And then it's a different kind of crowd control. It can be an in-cap or a banish. And that's going to be Angrisa flying up in the air as M6 super low. M6 not really having a good time fighting some line inside. It's going to take up a couple of those fell lances, proccing out that save good trinket, which is not going to put him down in bad health yet. Into a Storm Bolt onto Angrisa, going in with Enrage Regeneration. Needs to get himself one more hit with Bloodthirst. Cannot cash in as Angrisa decided to back out of there. He forced a good cooldown out of the Warrior and then right back into it. We were not looking at Angrisa for just a second. He was able to dash out and dash right back in onto M6, continuing the pressure. Big Metamorphosis coming out for the Demon Hunter. It looks like M6 is going to get Reaping Flamed out of there. Donate Blood as a rogue is going to be up next. And Angrisa is going to be backing up. This is going to activate Blur just for material for a second. That is also going to be that Immolation Aura to get the rogue out of that damage. Bite coming out by Donate Blood. And Angrisa needs to make a play against Donate Blood right now. He needs to go for that big Reaping Flames. That is a sub-rogue that they're playing against. Big Reaping Flames getting Donate Blood super low. Might want to get the hell out of there. Has that invasion rolling. With a sipping cup, Smoke Bomb trying to see if he can cover his escape. Will he be able to, as a blade dances right on top of him, picking up the bleed? Still going to be able to land the shortest cheap shot onto Angrisa, not dying to the Reaping Flames just yet, blind onto the Demon Hunter. Not going to be able to trinket out of the Demon Hunter right here. He does not want to get greedy. He knows that the rogue is there. He knows the rogue has nothing left. Vanish, evasion, cloak of shadows, everything has gone through. Maybe should have trinketed. And I believe it was Super DR too. Cheap shot by Donor Blood. This Steel play right now. Darkness coming down. Wants to catch a reset really badly. Stun comes in. Got himself a sipping cup rolling at some point. Blur up momentarily for Angrisa for a second. Super DR on all the stuns. Donate Blood doesn't really have anywhere to go. I think this man is down for the count. Shortest cheap shot yet again. Angrisa does slap him out of the competition. With Ornash going to be going up next. Did you breath him just now? I hope he didn't. There goes our breath, landing the poly onto Angrisa, who's still holding on to a trinket. Still holding on to that trinket. Greater Pyre is going to hit him to the face with a Twisted Appendage Meteor to follow. Angrisa holding on to a trinket, not using it, is going to activate Blur, landing a stun onto Ornash. Whoa! Burned out like a beautiful star in a night sky. Angrisa goes down with an attempt of a fight. Necro is going to be up next, dipping down on top of Ornash, summoning the A-bomb. That's going to be a Nova by the mage, is able to control the pets. Full set of army coming out as a Ring of Frost trying to come out for Ornash. Will not be able to land the Ring of Frost easily, which would be perfect if he did though. He's going to go for big combustion damage into Necro instead. You know what he decided? I'm just going to try to see if he can burn through him. Wait, no? It's almost like he's playing very defensive. He's not really going for big Pyroblast, but he did press combustion. Trying to go for Ring of Frost. Needs to get an Ice Block rolling. Not in a good spot whatsoever. I'm not sure why he pressed combustion. I just didn't really go for damage after. That's going to be DR. No, not a DR polymorph. Full poly. Try to see maybe you can sneak in a second grade of Pyro. Not going to happen. And Aura needs to play this super defensively. Super low on health. Has himself a shield. He has to make sure he can shimmer out of there. And Necro landing that stun. No human racial coming out for Ornash right now. We should have needed it. As he gets the temporal up the way. Can the mage escape the clutches of a Death Knight somehow? It would be perfect if he could. I don't know if he's going to be able to. That's a lot of necrotic stacking up. No more cauterizing. Down he goes. Necro taking out. The mage just had to throw down every single pet at him. And Ornash tried desperately to get that full Ring of Frost. Even while combustion's up, he tried to get a Ring of Frost up and running. He wasn't really looking to play offensively. It looked like he played defensively more than anything. The next step is going to be Jug, the Pandaren Death Knight, dropping down the full army of the dead on top of Necro. Necro getting his own big old boy out here. That's going to be full army up and running for both of the Death Knights. He's just trying to throw everything at one another. AMS for Jug. Necro just trying to stay alive as best as possible. Healing every global chance he gets. Jug is going to be down on AMS in just a moment. There could be an IBF available for him to break out of the stun. Would be not a bad idea. Does do it. Necro still has Death Pact if he needs to. So that's still his ace in a hole. If he can use that offensively to just continue putting pressure onto Jug, he might be in a good spot as all the pests dissipate. That's going to be transfusion up and running for Jug. Not going to eat that stuff for too long. Stun onto Necro. Human race is out of it. Jug has no way out of this. Needs to keep the pressure with necrotics. It looks like Necro might just have him. Does go for a Death Pact. It looks like Jug is going to be down for the count. That was a quick one. Oh my goodness. That's such a quick duel. That's... Wow. Peta DK is so wrong. Yeah, I actually don't mind Peta Death Knights, man. Yeah, what if he would have won, dude? He would have been the first Pandaren Death Knight. Sub ready to die? Alright, DBM Izzy. We're ready? Alright, hard one. I'll get you versus Alex or Athel. How does that sound, man? Put you like here-ish. Let's get a back and we'll get Kragar in here. Batch and Kragar. Invite spectator. Wait. Invite spectator match. Batch and Kragar. Can we? Yes. I'm trying to get you guys in. Kragar and Bach. Here we go. 5 here. Oh, you guys have a group. Alright. Cool. I'll get you guys in as soon as I can. I guess I'll get you versus Hardwin. I didn't know if you had a group DBM Mezzy. I guess I got Hardwin. Or... yeah, I get Hardwin and DBM, and I'll try. I guess I'll get Ornash against Alex and swap you guys around a little. You guys will have like your own brackets in here, you know what I mean? A good mage can still win though. Boys, you guys have it. You guys should have seen some of these mages in the earlier of the season, dude. Some of the plays these guys make. Oh, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful. Let's save that one real quick. There we go. It took a second. Wait, did I save the last one? Shit. That might have been a misplay by me. Damn, I think I might have not saved that other one. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'll have to wait and see. At least the quality of the stream is higher, so I can just upload, right? I think I'll be okay. Alright, Twitch. We got ourselves Team Russia on both sides, so this is going to be super hard for me to commentate who is who. But we got ourselves Krom in here first, as an unholy DK. On his team, we got ourselves Namova, we got ourselves Tulan, we got ourselves Kragar, and we got ourselves Dark. We'll call him Dark, because that's Dark, Ron... God? Dark... Wrong God. God something. X. So I see at the end there. Where it says, what is that? Oh my god, Janezar. Oh my god, Janezar. We remember that guy. We got ourselves Tim Redwood, Baczynski. We got Kost. We got ourselves Puza. We also got ourselves Edixai. That's as good as I can get those names, boys. I'm trying my hardest. That's gonna be Chrome summoning Abomination. Actually tricking it out of that CC by Janezar. Putting himself in a bad situation. Does go for the pet stun against the IB. That's gonna be quite a bit of Maledict necrotic onto Janezar. He's gonna be able to heal through it pretty easily with that darkness around the full army of pets. That's just so many targets. So much targets for the fodder. And it looks like Chrome is just going for a more just a kiting game. He's just keeping Chain of Ice onto Janezar, letting the pets do work to the Demon Hunter, keeping a dot on the guy, but he doesn't really want to engage. He just puts a Chain of Ice and just running from the man. Is he just hoping for like a proc or something? Could be. Janezar is going to land a stun onto Crom with an I-beam. Finally gets a full I-beam up and running as Crom empowering his pet with Dark Transformation. It looks like Janezar is going to turn to that pet immediately. He knows with Chain of Ice, he doesn't have an easy time playing this Crom. Actually, either his pet dies or he just misses it. AMS coming out for Crom. As finally he wants to engage Janezar, but with no pet around, Janezar kind of lagging a little bit as he's zooming all over the map. And I don't know what Crom is trying to do. It looks like this man is kind of... Now he was getting into melee after his pet is died. I was thinking maybe it was like gonna dodge Janezar, put a Chain of Ice, let the pets do damage to him with dodge, but it's just like I don't really know if that's what you can do as a death. That big slappers from Janezar. And Crom dying in a double stun setup. Janezar is gonna have to go versus Naumova, the elite warlock, destruction warlock god right here. What are those boots? They're like so your boots are so thick. What are all those boots? I like it when you got the hot red poker. You got the belt. I actually like the belt too, the chain belt. That actually Mog that kind of fits together, not gonna lie. Actually looks kind of good. Janezar's actually just going to chill back here with the Skull of Illidan or Gul'dan. Either or. Eating a Chaos Ball for free from Naumova, that is going to be kind of bad, but he does play with a Crucible of Flame. That's going to be a play of self-healing or damage, so he could choose either way he wants to slice it. We'll try to see if he can land a Cataclysm onto Janezar. Janezar is going to push in. Maybe a Succubus could come out as Janezar finally able to get himself a nice setup onto the Warlock, but getting stopped by the Succubus CC before he really got to go all out. So it's going to be Succubus CC onto the I-beam with Infernal coming down for Mova as he's trying to set himself big burst. That's going to be the Imprison. Trickens out of the Imprison, trying to go for big Chaos Bolt. Janezar actually has no way around this. Goes for a Shadow Melt here against that Chaos Bolt. Takes 0 damage out of that thing. And he's going to try to give himself as much self-healing as possible while the Infernal is up. Mova is trying to stay out in the open, trying to make as much distance between where he is at and where Janezar is at, and trying to make as little line inside as possible, not pushing in into the Demon Hunter. He threw out just 2 big cooldowns, 2-minute CDs. But I think he's just feeling confident enough where he might be able to chain CC Janezar and just get a bunch of Chaos Bolts back to back if that's what he chooses. Big old Chaos Bolt lining up onto Janezar. Is going to smack him once, smack him twice. Second one does go through with an I-beam up for Janezar. The second CC comes in, he trinkets. And this is where Mova can actually go for the massive CC chains onto Janezar if he wants to fear. Onto Janezar, hitting him with an Emulate, with a Cataclysm, has rude stuns as well as a Horror and a Fear. Mortal Coil comes in at a perfect time, get himself a little bit of health with a Shadow Fury. Just the control out of the Warlock is going to be spectacular. Janezar really needs to find a kind of a gap in between those CC abilities at some point. Just a gap some way, somehow, and then really punish Mova for being out in the open. Is going to hit him with a couple of counter strikes, but there goes that CC. As soon as he gets something ramped up and ready, doing his Metamorphosis no less, that's going to be the full CC chain with a Chaos Bolt into a Fear immediately. But Janezar does have the survivability on his side at least. So at least there's that. There goes that Crucible Flame, trying to get himself a little bit of a heal. At least he's going to have that survivability of a Demon Hunter. Mova, it's going to be, I think, probably a battle of attrition. I can expect this one definitely going until higher dampening. Mova just trying to buy himself as much time until his cooldowns up and running. That CC chain just buys him so much time. He can basically just try to see if he can melt Janezar at his own pace. And Janezar really needs to make a huge play. Mortal Coil coming out of Janezar with a Chaos Bolt. 1, 2, Succubus is in between of those Chaos Bolts just to control him, almost like a rogue stun into a prison onto Mova, just to stop him from running in place for a second. That's going to be a real banish. Not going to be in prison, that can be broken from damage, which is interesting. Shadow Fury on to Janezar. He does drop a Darkness down. And I think he was able to dodge the Cataclysm damage. I think he still picked up the dot, but dodged the Cataclysm damage. And Mova is going to go for a full new pet resummon. Should have cooldowns coming back very, very soon. Janes are dodging away from the Infernal. And actually, that's the misplay Mova just made just now with an Infernal. Do they push up now? The Infernal is up on Janesar. He wants to pop CDs in case Janesar somehow pushes out. But Janesar can just chill back behind the pillar and just be fine. Moa might actually just need to run in there. Maybe set up a gateway, get a big old CC set up onto Janesar. But I think the manager's just going to stay there. Get in demon form, kill the Infernal, and not have to worry about Mova. It's still, I feel like the ball, even with this, even with Mo just popping cooldowns and Jason no poking out, the ball is still in Mova's court. He can control that situation any way he pleases. So Jane's still on the defensive as he hits a Caswell. Fear trying to come out, doesn't get the interrupt on the Fear. Maybe he didn't even go for an interrupt. Hard to tell. Caswell coming out and Jason does not have an interrupt for that one. That's going to be stunned into yet another Caswell Cataclysm right after. Mortal Coil to follow. Has one Trinket. Needs to figure out the perfect time to use it. It's going to get the I-Beam. Fear to follow. Trinkets out of the Fear. Stun into Mova. That's going to be Succubus CC as soon as he gets up close with Mova. Has the gateway if he needs to escape. If he's ever wants to, that gateway is going to take it back to his own room. Stun onto Mova for just a short second. Does land the interrupt onto the fire damage, and Mova is going to bail out of there, create that distance that he needs, and Jadezo is back again on the defensive, trying to see if he can survive a little bit here. Mova pop it in the Orc Racial, as if maybe if Jadezo goes up to try to do damage. It looks like Jadezo is actually just going to back up, doesn't want to tussle this at all, boys. Hope you guys are comfortable in your seats. Probably perfect time for you to grab yourself a drink, maybe some food. Because we are in here for a long, long tussle of a duel. What do we got here? Yo, AJ, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Hope you're having a good one, my man. I really want to see, like, James is generally the guy that's like, comes into these duels and just wipes the floor with these kids. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do this, man. Mova is a really good player. A really good competitor in these duels, too. And a Destro Warlock, no other. So it's gonna be kind of rough. Not gonna lie. I think Jade's actually just waiting until dampening. I think he's actually waiting until dampening. Ah, damn. What's up, Semester? Hope you're having a good one, fam. How you doing? Big Caswell coming out. Jason is going to have to eat that one to the face. I-Beam to follow as a Succubus CC comes up. He doesn't at least throw a Caswell into the Succubus CC. So at least he doesn't have that chain CC combo. That's going to be Infernal down with a Shadow Fury right after the Infernal with yet a Cataclysm to follow. Jane does he have every defensive? He does not. Darkness coming back very, very soon. He also does have the Rain from Above. You would think that he might use the Rain from Above just to get range from Namova while at the open and just pelt him for free, which could be good. I mean, Namova could throw Caswells back at him, but Jinza might just have to make that a play. Mova got full CDs. He does not want to push into that at all. He's perfectly fine throwing away that Infernal. He's perfectly fine pressing Dark Soul and not doing anything about it. He wants Janesar to make the misplay here. Is he going to go for it? Darkness is, or Dark Soul is down for a second, eating the Caswell for free, trying to go for the Succubus CC to follow. Actually, cancel the Succubus CC at the last second, unless he knows he can get the back-to-back crowd control onto the Demon Hunter with the Caswells. Succubus CC does come in as Mova gets some range, but that's going to be Trinket on Janesar, eating a Mortal Coil out of the Trinket as he tries to get himself an I-Beam rolling. With a Fear actually kind of sort of walking him next to Mova, might be able to reconnect with all that mobility of a Demon Hunter. Mova already dipping behind the pillar. That pet slow is going to be quite deliberating for Janesar. Does have a twisted appendage on him. Eliminates immediately. But he still just cannot find the angle on Mova. He actually, with that pet slow, he actually can slow Janesar quite a bit. Stun as he's trying to summon a pet. Trinket after Mova. Has a wall if he needs to. Got a Succubus CC onto Janesar. He is not really in range or in a position to get a big setup, but he still is going to be able to get at least one Casbolt off from there. Janesar actually popping him with a Virtual Tweet. I think that does activate Blur for him for a moment. There's going to be a huge momentary blur as the Casbolt is about to connect. Mortal Coil as he's getting close to Mova. It's going to be Shadow Fury for free with a Casbolt and a Root right after. Janesar actually trying to pick up a little bit of health. Even though the dampening is 31%, he's still able to pick up health here and there. Has a Crucible for self-heal while meta is up. But Mova, dude, that's low for Janesar and then around this pillar. There's just not a lot you can really do about it. Landing a stun onto the Warlock, but yeah, it goes there to see more crowd control by the Destro Warlock. With an Immolate, doesn't go for a Casbolt. Is that a real Infernal? I think that's a real Infernal. It looks like Janesar might be completely on the defensive there at this point. If Mova presses Dark Soul, that it's a real Infernal. Unless it's a random Infernal. But I don't see him summoning random Infernal, so this has to be real. Is Mova just going to separate cooldowns? Because if he says a Dark Soul while Janezer is low, he still pops it. I'm not really sure why he does it. He could separate those cooldowns completely. Then when Janezer's like half a health, you land him in a CC chain without a trinket, pop Dark Soul, get a couple of Casbolts in. I know they're not empowered by Infernal, but would that make sense? Am I wrong? I think this game will go on until about 50-60% dampening, boys. But actually, isn't dampening worse for Janezer? I don't know if Mova actually heals that much. I know that Master for Warlocks is a little bit funky. It can like absorb a portion of the damage or negate a portion of the damage. It's going to be trinket out of Janezer. Did he get a hit with that stun? I think he trinketed as the stun came at him. But I don't think he's going to be able to connect here. Yeah, doesn't dampening actually make it worse for Janezer? Am I wrong? He's actually going to do, boys. He's doing it. Flying up in the air, getting some freebie damage on the Mova. He's actually looking to catch himself some line of sight. Doing quite a bit of damage to Mova. Eating a Casbolt to the face with a Mortal Cold to follow. With an appendage. No, if only he actually killed the appendage. That thing actually did so much damage to the boy. But decided to do it, man. Decided to go in and do it. Decided to go in and try to make a play there at the end. Finally flew up in the air. I thought he should have done that a long time ago. Let's go. Bachitsky getting ravaged by the twisted appendage. Maychooch eliminated. I mean, there was a Casbolt from Mova, but that tentacle really did do a number. It really did do that number. Bachitsky going to be back behind the pillar, trying to see if he might be able to kill the pet. Maybe catch himself a little bit of line of sight. Rest in peace, Janezer. Mova's CC, dude. The massive crowd control chains. This man is just invulnerable with that, isn't he? Let's see if Ro can fight this. He does have the Garrote to stop the cast from Mova. Is going to go for a Shadow Step onto the pet, try to get a kick, didn't land it. That's going to be a succubus CC with an Infernal. That's going to be twisted appendage onto Mova. Does eliminate it, landing a horror into a fear, into a Casbolt, little Bachitsky does pop a vanish. Still landing that take damage, and it's going to eat that Cataclysm damage too. Is this where Mova pushes in? He can't really get the Infernal to push in. He has the pet all the way over there. Looks like he's lagging, or maybe I'm lagging. It looks like maybe Mova is lagging. Very unfortunate. Yeah, it looks like Mova is lagging. But just gonna land a Garrote on the guy, but... Huh. Are they going to be swapping? Is Mova completely out? Is it going to be Chulan? Is it going to be Chulan instead? Stepping in for Mova? Yeah, it looks like Mova had a hard DC. Chulan is going to try to be the next one versus Bachitsky. Continuing the show, I like that. It's going to be a big dress onto Chulan, taking a bit of damage. Not the most amount of versatility on this man. Actually melted to those dots to follow. Got him some wall up and running, but this guy is still not looking all that good. Bachitsky, what'd you do to this, man? That was some really brutal opener you got. The dots you got going on for you, man, are pretty nasty. It's going to be touch of death onto Bachitsky. Might have a shadow mode for this one. Evasion's up and running. Might be able to shadow mode the touch of death at the very last second. Drop it down the smoke bomb. Not really sure what it can do for you. Son of Chulan, he does go for a Karma onto the Rogue. Bachitsky just used to find a way to escape out of here. Coco shadows is up, but he's still taking physical damage blind onto Chulan, and he still might be able to do it. Bachitsky might be going down either way, though. And he does go down. Oh, my goodness. The upset. Askas is going to be up next as a Draenei. Maybe? What just happened to him? Chulan eating, I think, a Crucible to the face out of that trinket, or maybe we meant to eat that earlier. Is the animation delayed? Koss should be able to land that Execute unless he's just going to get completely juked out of the way. Chulan is going to go for the Vivifies back-to-back. Koss is a Fury Warrior just need to catch up and land one Execute on the guy and you'll have him. Chulan trying to desperately get out of the Execute range while trying to kite the Warrior around as best possible. Storm Bolt, and I think Koss is finally going to be able to get it. And down goes Chulan. Is Mova back? Is that what's going on? Are we back Mova? I think Mova's back. Now Mova gets to come back with full cooldowns. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I guess Mova is back, boys. Or maybe we should put Mova to the back of the line? It's up to you guys. I'll let the Team Blue decide. You can put him to the back of the line or have him go next or whatever. Man, 15 minutes into the duel, 66% dampening. Can Mova actually take damage? I don't know if you can. Not a duel for that warrior. You guys are not... I hope you guys are aware, you don't have to give each other on a duel. It's super nice and super cool, even if you have an honor duel. It makes the duel interesting. However, it's a 5v5 1v1 duels. Your objective here is to win. And if you feel like the class that you're going up against that has super low health, and you're like, I'm a rogue and it's a paladin, I'm like, I want to take him out, man. I feel pretty confident against every other class, but that paladin, if I give him an inch, he'll take a mile. No. So if you gotta do what you gotta do, man, it's gonna be Succubus CC onto cost. He doesn't go for Zerker Rage off of the Succubus Seduction. That's gonna be Soul and Rage Regeneration completely wasted. That's gonna be a stun into Cataclysm, and CC chains are back for our boy Mova, landing a fear for a second. Cost should take away that Twisted Appendage, but Twisted Appendage claims another. Not only did it claim Chainsaw, but now it claimed cost. I mean, this Warlock was already as strong as is, right? It's a Desert Warlock, but the fact that he got a fat appendage there too. A fatty tentacle that does so much damage if you do not focus on it. That's rough. We got RXI up next. RXI up next. As I want to say, Assassination Rogue going to be a Succubus CC. Smoke Bomb coming in for the Succubus CC. Actually playing Sub Rogue into a big bike onto Mova. Sending a Mortal Coil at the guy. Shadow stepping past the Infernal. That's still going to be huge damage out of the Sub Rogue. Double Crucible onto Mova. And it's going to go for that advantage. Trying to get away from the Immolates. Drain Life coming out, and looks like maybe RXI wants to sit out there in the open. Nope, he is going to dip behind. Well, we got a full Infernal up and running. Evasion coming up for RXI. Has Mova kind of lowish, actually. Might be able to make a play here. Maybe cheap shot onto Mova, into a dress streak, and force a trick on Mova. Might be able to have him here, actually. Succubus is stopping him. Oh, RXI taking out Mova, though. The Sub Rogue we all needed, man. The Warlock Slayer himself is going to land a Sipic up, and it's going to be down for the count. Hey, a huge fan of that mask, by the way. Huge fan of a mask like that, man. The mask from Wrath. Oh, this looks so good. Dark is going to be up next versus Puza. He's going to back up in there, back in there. Backing up to back in on top of Dark, and he's going to try to see if he can hit him with a Fel Barrage. A Fel Barrage? Really? Very interesting ability. Not really think it's a strong ability for PvP, but hey, there it is. It's going to be Dark trying to go for a Ring of Boopity Bop away from Puza. He's going to go for that mobility. Puza actually flying up in the air. Does not have the line of sight somehow of Dark. It looked like he had a really good line of sight of the guy, but he just didn't throw anything at him. Didn't shoot him once. It was weird. It's going to be a big old eye beam. I think Puza doesn't even get to clip him with the eye beam. But it's going to hit the monk with some Crucible Flames just from afar. He's gonna back up, dropping down Darkness. Puza's doing some weird things. He's backing at Dark and staying next to him when he's casting Fist of Fury. As soon as Fist of Fury over, Puza trying to get the hell out of there. It's kind of just weird, questionable plays. Not gonna lie. He does have a really nice mark though, at least. Dark getting hit within a prison. No trick available for this one. Has a Karma. And Puza is super low on health. This is going to be dropping down the port in case he wants to get on top of the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter is going to meet him with a stun. Fel Barrage. Still trying to make this Fel Barrage's work. Karma to follow as another stun comes in. And Puza, this way you need to escape, my man, if possible. Super low in health line up in the air. That's going to be Jade Lightning from the images down below. Should at least be able to take down the images. And Dark is going to be actually out in the open. Needed a couple of Fel Lances. Taking him out before the flight lands. Thank you for flying air, Dalaran. Hope you have a nice day. And that was, oh man, a long duel. Not a huge fan of like the long games where people are just sitting behind pillar, but hey, you gotta win somehow, right? Alright, boys, let's get another one going. We got ourselves Hardwin and DMB Mezzi. Got a new team. Okay, we'll get Ren and Ornash. Let's get Hardwin real quick and DBM. Right. DBM Mezzi and Hardwin. You have no target. One of you guys is offline. DBM, Hardwin, you got 30 seconds. Put yourself online and I can get you guys in. I'm sorry, Robbie. Super unluck, man. It happens, though. It happens. Let me save that one real quick. Get the next one up and running. Gemini players remind me of Genji mains from Overwatch. Does anybody even play Overwatch? Dude, that's a dead-ass game right there, dude. Does anybody actually even play Overwatch competitively? I remember when people were all about Tracer's ass a while ago. Now, it's crickets. Literally crickets. Talk about a dead game. Let's be honest, I don't know if it's a dead game or not. I just literally hear nothing about it. Even League, right? Okay, so you might be like, but Dalaran, you don't play Overwatch. Bro, there are some games that you watch and you follow. Like, I follow WoW. I'll hear just about everything that is WoW because I follow WoW. Every aspect of WoW. Maybe not Mythic Plus is that much. Like, Mythic Plus, like, championships or whatever. I don't. But, like, there's some games, like League. I don't play League ever. But if something massive, big happens in League, it doesn't matter the way you play League or not. You still hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty, let's get ourselves DBM Mezzi and Hardwin. Hardwin, DBM Mezzi. Okay. Let's see which one of you guys is fucking up. DBM Mezzi. Online. Mizik. Hardwin. Wait, you guys are both online. Am I... Oh, it's my bad. No, I'll take that one. I had DMB Mezzi. Or, yeah. That's my bad there. I thought one of you guys was fucking up. That's my bad. Yo, my bad. I know when I fucked up, and I fucked up there. My apologies. Let's go and have some fun in the Grand Arena, boys. Heroes is pretty fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Heroes of the Storm is actually kind of a low-key, kind of a fun game. Not gonna lie. I kind of maybe mildly like it. You know what I mean? Kind of, sort of. I watch a guy named MF Palatime. He plays a lot of Heroes, but he also plays other games. And I've been watching. Me and Kren both been watching him play Alien Isolation. Remember that game? That's an old game, but it's so good. God, the graphics for that game are insane. The Alien is kind of derpy, but you know. Switch. What do we got today? We got ourselves Alala. Ayaya. What is it name? Alala. I don't even know. We gotta call him Ala. Al. It's Al. We got ourselves another Al. We got ourselves Lack. We got ourselves Remaster. And we got ourselves Tral, Alan Al. And Nettie. We got ourselves Jaw Crawl on Team Red with Christina Landy, Shaboy. Oh, he's a big old Shaboy. He's a big boy Shaboy. And Mizik in the back. Shaboy gonna be going up first versus Remaster. Look at you just and the man in the openers. The sub bro kid in the shot. Drinking some. Oh, you're drinking at the end of that kid in the shot. Why would you do that? Into a wall blind as Remaster's just romancing the opportunity here. Gonna go for a triple sap. Kid the shot yet again. Probably cheap shot at that point. Why would you shrink at that kid the shot at the end? I think he was trying to wait for a cheap shot. I think he was just literally trying to wait for a cheap shot. Shrink at that. Another cheap shot. I was going to be dressed together by Remaster. And down goes the Shaboy. Didn't even get a chance missing. Going up with a big old blood of the enemy. And Remaster is going to go for a shadowy duel with the guy. What? Did Mizik see him in the shadowy duel? Because it makes it a 1-1. Maybe he didn't. Mizik taking a bit of damage, but Remaster is going to get hit by appendage. He's going to kill it. And both rogues are trading out evasion and going behind the pillar. Nobody has a trinket anymore. Mizik did use blood of the enemy, so it's going to set him back a little bit. That was his big burst, and it didn't combo trinkets or big eviscerates into that. So maybe he's going to be behind. Remaster is actually going to try to go for a fan here. Try to see if he might be able to get Mizik out. It's going to be cheap shot. Going to have to sit that full stun lock combo. Get in the Night Blade of his own. As Mizik is active in his Shadow Blades, Remaster going to hit him with a couple swift eviscerates back to back. Might be a lot as you see here. Is going to be a Cloak of Shadows, Safeguard Trinket, and Remaster going to hit into a blind. Mizik is going to have another go at Remaster. Perfect opportunity here. If you have full cooldowns, will not be able to use Shadow Blades, but if you have full cooldowns, any trinkets, this is the time. Has a Cold Blood activated. He's a cold-blooded killer, boys. Does he have the comp points ahead with Remaster to get a Night Blade in? Almost not landing the cheap shot. Almost landing. Remaster escape. Cheap shot to follow. Got the Nablet in. Yet another cheap shot trying to get the Servicer to work. Big dress trinket for immediate explosion. Gonna be a reverse bag by Master with the Reaping Flames. And this rogue is going to just kind of sneak out of there, trying to see if he can get away from Jal. As Jal pushing in, trying to see if he might be able to get continuing the Moonfire spam. Get a shot on Jal. Doesn't force a trinket. Remaster might be able to land a sap out of that. Honestly, should go for a sap out of that. Does get himself like, whew. Does get himself first aid. Probably should go for the big eats. You have 2 fresh corpses right there. Should probably get himself big foods. But looks like Remaster is going to get out of the scot-free. Did have to burn a cloak for that one. But he's going to be fine for a bit. Has the trick equipment back up. Cloak of Shadows, not available for a while. But Evasion and a Vanish. The Vanish already up. Evasion seeing itself in just a moment. And for Masters, a couple of cooldowns, he might be in a good spot. Jal kind of hanging around by the eyeball. Decided to go into bear form. He knows it's a sub-rogue. He knows the sub-rogue is going to wait until he's out of bear form before he goes in for big damage. So Master is at least going to try to get that opener. Bash into Master. Trick inside of a cheap shot onto Jal. Does he force a trick on Jal? That's going to be a big setup. Jal could go down right here. No trigger for Jal. Does he just go down? That was so many cheap shots in a row. Oh my goodness. So many cheap shots in a row. The man didn't even press a trinket. Didn't even think about walling. That's going to be a sap into Landy. As he tried to push an aggressive to find Master. And this man is just going to have to skulk back behind the pillar yet again. No trinket on this man though. No trinket. I was going to put him behind a little bit. He's going to get himself a sippy cup rolling in. Try to build some comp points off of Landy. Landy is just going to leap on top of where a Master was. Nice shadow step, turning it around. So he's going to have some distance away from the Demon Hunter. Stunned by the DH though. Doing quite a lot of damage to Master. Might have the pop evasion if Landy keeps pushing in aggressive. It's going to be cheap hidden shot into a blind or Master finally land himself that reset. I think he needs to go for the resaps onto Landy. If Master has cooldowns right here, no trinket for Landy, no blur. He might be in a good spot. Maybe. Master got himself Shadow Blades activated. Cheap shot. That's going to be Nightblade. Drastic out trinket with the Reaping Flames and everything. And he's trying to make as much damage happen as best as he can. Evasion is up. Does get hit with a stun. Landy is going to be able to have himself a little bit away with Master. Trying to see if he can turn it around on the guy. Double stun into Master is going to DR him completely. Landy into an imprisonment to Master right after is going to be a banish, not a sab type of imprison. And our Master just looking to get himself full reset. Somehow caught himself a re-stealth. I guess he had to vanish for that one. Tried to see if he might be able to get a stab into Landy. Will not be able to. Need some combo points. Landy, no trinket available. No pre-blur, no pre-darkness, no nothing. That's going to be back-to-back cheap shots. Does our Master have enough? Cloaks it in case there's any stunts coming out for Landy. And our Master, I think, is just going to bail out of there. Trying to kite the Demon Hunter out of darkness. Landy's super low in health. Unless he activates Metamorphosis right now, it's going to be bad. Reaping Flames by Master, landing that execute Reap. And he will have the empowered execute reaping available. If he finds Christina, he'll have that big Reaping Flames available. Christina is picking up the eye. Remaster might just have to hit him with the Reaping Flames. Might just have to do it. He hits him with the Reaping Flames. He might just have to cash out on the big Reaping. Unless he can save it. He might have actually been able to save it. If he cheap shots Christina out of bear form, he might be in a good spot. Kidney shot at Christina. Force a trinket out of the druid into a thorns are up and running. Remaster trying to see if he might be able to get out of there. Trinkets out of the badge. Big bites at a dress trinket coming out into Remaster. He's trying to see if he can shot us up around Christina, but that's going to be a big old all in by the druid. If only this poor boy had a blind or something. It's going to be into a lasso by Troll. He's just trolling him. Christina, escaping narrowly as the zaps coming into the straw and just push it in. The elemental shaman is looking pretty spooky. Christina popping a wall in case. Barely escaping out of there with 6 minutes into this duel. 7% dampening. Astral is just looking to finish off Christina. He just has him right in the palm of his hand into a big Earthshock. Trying to see if he can just continue a little bit longer. Wall up for Christina. Try to hit him with any shocks he's got. Frost Shock being probably the favorite. Christina is trying to see if he can catch up on health though. They're not doing terrible. Oh, that Roadbind told him slow it down with a lasso. Does he have enough health in bear form? That is the question. Bash onto Troll. It looks like he might be able to escape out of it. Oh! Azeroth Prog just took him out of the inner master with a big old 4-1. Came in on a mission, boys. Our master came in on a mission there. I wanted everyone on that team. On the opposite team, everyone, as many scalps and heals as he can handle. You gotta replace him, you know. He got his undead, you know, he got replacements. Alright, boys, let's get another going, yeah? Let's get another one going, boys. I think what we'll do is we'll do... We got us an Ornash also ready. Shit. One of you guys will have to wait and the other will get to play. I don't want to mix it up, though. I don't want to get Alex and Athaman against each other, so what we'll do is Atha versus Ren. Bring your Krager, Mezi against one another, yeah? Something like this, yeah? Maybe. I might mix it up, see who's available first, last, next. All that. Ren, Tikar, and Atha, man. We get Ren and Atha, and then we get Ornash and Alex right after, unless one of them isn't ready, and we'll move on to some of these other beautiful boys. Ready! Juicy Man, do you have a group? I'm gonna bank that you have a group, my man. If you're messaging me, we'll get you up and running as soon as we can. Then I guess you'll go against Alex or against Ornash. Alright, switch. We got ourselves beautiful boys over in Team Red. Team Red is ready to go, man. We got ourselves Adrian. I'm gonna guess his name. So I'm gonna guess also Dutch Warlock. Oh, a nice little kitty cat you got going on there. That's a nice cat. We got Manatho here as a shot place. Hasn't got to play so far. Necro on the same team as Tiz and Angrisa. On Team Blue, we got ourselves Athaman. We got ourselves Goketsu. We got ourselves FaZe Yawashi. They're missing a guy, but hopefully that won't stop him. Nice weapons, FaZe. That's like the Black Hand fist weapons, right? Like the BC Black Hand. Or no, Shattered Hand? Yeah, Shattered Hand. Or is it? I don't know the name of that tribe for the orcs, but like the fellow orcs or the general orcs. But I'm pretty sure that fist weapon is from the guys like Shattered Hand clan. What do you call him? I forgot his name. He's like super pale. He looks like a WoW gamer back in WoD. It's gonna be Abomination dropping down as the disarm comes in. Necro actually chooses to go for Trinket onto the disarm just so he can get the damage out. Stunning Goketsu as the karma rolls in. Necro just popping in AMS. Goketsu unable to heal from a karma as the necrotics are stacking up on him pretty high. So it's actually gonna be out of options just in a moment or two. Dropping that Dusty Guy onto Necro while Touch of Death is up. I think this man is just committing maybe way too much damage. Dropping in a Diffuse Magic, has a wall if needed. Necro could go for a massive grip. Yoink in the back of the open. Goketsu unable to heal any of this. Fully necrotic down. In gap onto Necro. The pet is still beating him up. Goketsu uses all that health and down it goes. What just happened? Did he have to borrow health from a trinket? Is that what happened? Jellyfied joining Team Blue as a fifth person. Oh, you got the weapon from Black Hand. There we go. That's a cool weapon. There's gonna be FaZe up next versus Necro. I don't know what happened to Goketsu, but that man just committed maybe a little bit too much. Maybe a little. I don't know. Maybe a little too much. Blade Fist. Is that what it is? Blade Fist. That sounds about right. Man, I used to be like kind of up on WoW lore. FaZe, you look so funny with those massive blue fist weapons, dude. They just look comically big. Necro is going to hide some line of sight from FaZe as he's flying up in the air with the rain from above. And Necro needs to get himself a full setup of pets. Should we have him available sometime soon? Cooldowns for Unholy DK are very small. Or short. You have Abomination, you have the army, that's all 1.5 minutes. As Necro does get hit with a bike, but that's going to go for a Lichborn, summoning up Abomination. It's going to be full army up and running. FaZe is going to go for a full Metamorphosis, stunning all the pets. That's a lot of cleave, that's a lot of flames to the fodder right now for this man to survive if he wants to, but looks like he's more in a retreat, away from all the pets. He's getting pelted from afar. FaZe taking a bit of damage, really needs to turn around and start attacking all these pets. That's a lot of army for him to just cleave down. He's going to try to see if he might be able to tag Necro here or there. It looks like FaZe is under recovery little by little. Necro is going to get himself death backed up and running, trying to activate it early so he might be able to live and wait through all the necrotics. And then heal up after. That's going to be his 2-minute cooldown down for a bit. Lichborn available in about 13 seconds. He will have plenty of defenses. AMS still available too. And he still continuing to pressure FaZe. FaZe flying up in the air. Perfect opportunity. Has good line of sight of Necro. Necro actually trying to find some good line of sight. Decide, you know what? I'm going to walk up. I'm going to death coil at FaZe. Get his health lower. Maybe refresh the dot or two because FaZe is super low in health. Does go from prison onto Necro for just a second. That's going to be more death coils flying at FaZe. Barely any health left. Needs to get himself full I-beam rolling. That pet interrupted the big old beam. And that's going to be Metamorphosis enabled, but the pet stun on that I-beam is just so perfect. Eliminates that haste, doesn't let you channel it. It's just a nice stutter to the playstyle of a Demon Hunter. Jellyfy is going to be up next. Thorns are up and running versus Necro, who got himself Lichborn up and running. Necro, though, I think this man's been stacking versatility. He's looking very survivable so far. Feels like his survivability has risen drastically. And Death Knights, I mean, they nerfed the healing, but now with all the versatility you got going on, it really doesn't feel that bad. The pets are going to be all over him right now. Does give himself a re-opener onto Necro. Was that a Blood of the Enemy, or was that another proc of something? And this is just getting trashed right now by all the spams. Just getting completely blasted by every pet available, but actually might have been able to turn it around onto Necro, landing that Warlock Hellstone from Adrian. And Jellyfy looking to get himself wall up and running and trying to get the hell out of that situation. Needs to catch himself a couple of regrowths. Needs to get himself in a good situation. Needs to rally his cooldowns. No more wall available. He needs to at least make sure he has enough health to fight the DK. But being on Runes of Lordor, you don't really have a lot of good line inside. That massive pillar down the middle. And actually, maybe the Thorns play might be what Jellyfy needed. Got himself a little bit of energy. Few cooldowns. Thorns up and running. Necro is just looking to keep this Feral next to him. Has Deathpact if he needs to. That's going to be a Mabe. Doesn't get to use Deathpact. Trinkets out to make sure Deathpact is going to be available. Overlapping the stun with the pet stun. Deathpact comes in as the Feral is looking to escape. It looks like Jellyfy is just looking to get the hell out of that situation. Letting the bleeds do work onto Necro. Necro needs to wait until those necrotics are up before he can really start playing very defensively. Jellyfy is just trying to play the out sustain game with Necro, but that's going to be Army of the Dead rolling up. Abomination should be joining this fight very, very soon too. Jellyfy is just getting overwhelmed by all those pets, and Necro does take him out. That's 3 people back to back Team Blue. Do you have a champion to fight against Necro? Is it going to be the moment my man Atho, the corrupted paladin, charges in against the Death Knight? I think it is. What kind of a build is Atho going on? Grip by Necro, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe he wants to keep Atham at a rage. He does need to get some healing. Execute set is up and running. Necro could pop AMS in order to try to stop the next stun, because that is Execute set is up. Hodge, he does go for Lichborn. Blood of the Enemy coming in for Atho, trying to go for a big setup. Stun by Necro. He does go for a dress trinket, but that does get split between him and the pet. Necrotics are coming up for Necro as Atho trying to see if he can just blow the Death Knight away, but maybe all the versatility is giving to flow. That pet definitely soaking dress helped a ton, but Atho still got so much damage. And down goes your boy Necro X. Made the best of a play as he could. Tiz is going to be up next. We'll see if Tiz is able to. Tiz ties? I like Tiz. I like Tiz. It's probably ties, but I like teasing you, Tiz. What's up? It's going to be Atho getting hit with the disarm as Tiz. Just to get himself a setup. Once you see the images, there they go. I think he's going to try to see if he might be able to get a lineup. Needs to force cooldowns out of Atho. But that Hand of Freedom is going to keep the Paladin tussling and muscling. Got him some wings up and running. It's going to be Alexium Dresser gathered by Tiz into a touch of death. Atho might have to bop or bubble this one unless he has enough health to deal with it. Does he though? He does. Tried not to get interrupted on a cast. His health is super low. Needs to not get interrupted on a flash of light. Might be a bubble here. Shield of Vengeance before anything. Got himself a defensive. Might be able to survive with it. Gets a slow into Tiz. Does get himself a small heal in just a second. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance up and running into Atho. Does bubble this. Shield of Vengeance is super low. Bubble not stopping him from being able to stay in Ring of Peace. And does take down Tiz with nowhere to go. Trying to bank in the Ring of Boopity Bob with a bubble. Keeping him immune. And Menatha is going to be up next. Menatha got himself a full setup with a Siphon and everything. Trying to see if he might be able to make a play. Big silence onto Atho. That's going to be a greater fade by Menatha. Hodge by Atho just to get away from Menatha for just a second. is going to hit him with Execution Sentence. Menace, if he has a lot of versatility, this man might be able to actually stand toe-to-toe with Atho. Blood of the Enemy comes out. Atho going to get him with a mind control. He tried to dress Menatho, did quite a bit of damage, but that mind control does separate him and does minimize the damage of that Blood of the Enemy. Big Vampiric Embrace coming out from Menatho, having to go for the Disperse at 80% dampen. It's going to be quite rough. If he has another CC chain against Atho, well, Atho has a Blessing of Protection. It's not going to stop anything. Stun onto Atho. Menatho needs to get some big setup rolling right now. Does go for a big Siphon. Mind Control, keeping Athoman out in the open. Does not want to give him any line of sight whatsoever. Athoman is going to go to the pillar right next to him. The mind control kind of sort of worked, but kind of didn't. That Siphon got in quite good cashed in as Athoman went for flashlights. That Siphon still was channeling at him, so it's 50% reduced with 21% dampening. Kind of rough. Silence of the Athom. As Menatho trying to make some aggressive plays into a fear. Doesn't sit in a fear long. Does adaptation. This is going to proc for him. Menatho won't have a stun for a bit. Greater Fate is going to be proper here. Will not be able to mind control Atho for quite a while. This is where Menatho needs to go for some sort of heals. Needs to go offensive. Actually, no, the stun is back. Does he have the corruption that gives the cooldowns back faster? Because that could be huge with a stun. Intro, mind control, keeping Athoman away. Does go for a Siphon to get a slow on him, but Atho does get a shield of interest to pop on top of Menatho. And next up is going to be Angrisa looking to end Athoman right now. Angrisa has the dispel needed in case Atho goes in for a Blessing of Protection. Cannot really protect himself against Angrisa. Has to go for wings. There's going to be a melee rolling into Atho. Needs to heal as much as possible, trying to flash the light. If Angrisa just goes to a fell rush around the corner, that could be the end of Atho. Barely any health left. Bob could come out. It won't really stop a lot of the damage. Blood of the Enemy coming in for Atho, dressing up Trick and onto Angrisa, does get hit with a stun. It looks like Atho might be down for the count. Athoman, barely had any health left. If only he just got some sort of a self-heal in the moment, he might have been able to survive. But it's going to be Angrisa versus Yawash as one of the last few left. Adrian still left on Team Red as we hit the 9-minute mark, boys. Almost the 10-minute mark. 30% dampening closing in. Getting a shot by Yawashi, trying to get as much damage as he can. Big dress with a Crucible onto Angrisa. Does landing interrupt onto the I-beam. And Yawashi could actually go for the full bleed base setup. Blind onto Angrisa, and he goes for meta. And no trinket out of the Demon Hunter. No trinket available for this man. Yawashi, did you get clipped? I think this man might have got clipped with that blade dance. And that's going to be Tentacle's clip, and it won't be able to get the proper CC onto Angrisa. No saps available for that one. That's going to be Darkness down for Angrisa as he just got so much offensive pressure right now. Just so much offensive pressure. Big old I-beam right now by Angrisa to follow right next. Getting shot by the Rogue. Does he go for a setup? That's going to be a Vendetta right now. Huge damage. Angrisa doesn't shrink it at all. Might have actually been too greedy. He's going to get himself a Crucible heal in order to keep himself up and running. Short stun onto Yawashi. Flying up in the air. Yawashi got himself Cloaker Shadows rolling. He can actually get a full... Actually, that's going to be Cloak as well as a Vanish. You can still land a sap onto Angrisa. He could land that sap. Angrisa is not out of the game just yet. He has a trinket by the looks of it, unless he's playing Relentless, which he might be. Imagine you're playing Relentless. He knows the Rogue is back there. Wants to charge at him. Sap comes in still either way. And he tried to get himself a big old I-beam to follow, but it didn't. Yawashi could still have it here, man. Kidney shot. Unless Angrisa has a trinket right here, this is going to be done for the count. It's going to be dressed to follow into a short stun onto the Yawashi. Does he have somehow turned it around? Didn't really go too far with the virtual treat. Does activate Blur for just a second. And Yawashi does get hit with a Maledict, though. Not a lot of stuff healing available, but as the Demon Hunter dies, the Mali does dissipate. And Adrian is going to be the last one left. I'm pretty sure Destro Warlock, right? Gonna give you Yawashi a little bit of an honor. Those hitting the 12, almost the 12-minute mark. Boys, dampened at 41%. Yawashi doesn't really have a lot of heals available. Trinket and Evasion not available for 30 more seconds. That's going to be followed by Cloak as well as a Vanish. Doesn't really have a lot of defenses to deal, especially if this is a Destro Warlock, and it is a Destro Warlock. Dropping down the Rain of Fire. Yawashi's gonna have to be very, very, very careful here with the CC chain. There's going to be that Succubus CC, no way out of it. Does at least land a stun onto Adrian. That's going to be Fear to follow, Immolate right after. Into an interrupt onto that Fear. Adrian could go for a big old Casbolt. Yawashi better be careful. Does go for a shot to try to juke out away from Casbolt with a Garrote to follow. That's going to be an Infernal down onto him. He does shrink it out of that Fear or Infernal CC. There's gonna be a smoke bomb for a second. Actually can sit inside of the smoke bomb and try to dodge Casmos, but actually walks out of it at the last second, short of stun, and Angel does take him out. That smoke bomb play actually was really cool. I thought maybe he might be able to come out on the top there. It's gonna be Atho capping all 3, Necro capping all 3. Crazy amount of duels we got here, boys. I have 0 verse. Oh, really? Man, how are you surviving then with 0 verse? Damn. All right, boys, let's get another one going, yeah? We got ourselves Ornash as well as Alex. Ready, daddy. Alrighty, let's go. Ornash and Alex back, still ready, stuck, ready. Hard one, I got you. I'm gonna get a hard one or DBM Mezzi versus Krager or back, whichever one of those guys ready after this one. Did I save this? I don't think I did. So ready? Got you, man. I got you. I get you guys go up and running very, very, very soon. If you guys want to join, though, you go to custom PvP, player versus player tab, custom PvP, custom groups. Tap in 5, enter in the search to find 5 1v1 groups. If you don't see one, you can make one yourself. Make one yourselves. Make it into a start group called something like 5 1v1 Duel Dalaran. Get a group, add me on reality, and I'll queue against one of the boys that's available. But be on the lookout if you are EU on Alliance and Horde. Was a queue and are looking for new people regularly. So if you guys want to pop in on that, more than welcome to. You can make your own groups or you can sign up. Either way works. It's a community ran thing, boys. Which it's a community ran thing. The community gets to organize these with just me streaming them. You guys really do participate into this a lot more than you think. We got ourselves Boundless in here. We got ourselves Christina, La, Naxion, and RMP Klepter. Oh, man. Versus Donate Blood and Team Red with M6. We got ourselves Jan. We got ourselves LOL going to be going up first. As well as Ornash in the back. Are you playing Frost by any chance? That would be so cool. Bound's actually getting completely decimated. What just happened to this man? Oh, he's on a retreat. He is to Vanish Blind Sap. Evasion Cloak. He needs to pop every defensive wall. And once he actually lands a sap, blinds a blind onto LOL. Not going for the resap. Is that a good idea, though? He might want to walk over there and sap the guy. Boundless. Somehow escaped, only burning a cloak. LOL did burn Trinket, so actually it's a lot of cooldowns burned. Does get it within a prison. The Rogue does not get the opener ever. With a big old I-beam by LOL, just dropping everything down to Boundless. That's going to be Kinder Shot, and Boundless does go for a Vendetta onto LOL. Perfect opportunity to do as much damage as he can. Hopefully he has a full setup rolling. Still evasion available, so you can be kind of aggressive with LOL, but as evasion falls off, he got to kind of back up. He still wants to generate components, keep the poison to the low. Metamorphosis coming in by the Demon Hunter. And it's looking just to end Boundless out of here. Just a couple more slaps, and that's all he needs. That is cheap shiny one for a CC, but it's going to hit him. And the stun trinkets out of it the last second. I think he's dotted up, though. And that glaive is just going to take him out. Capping that out of there like that, boys. Boundless down for the count. Who's going to be up next? It looks like it is going to be Christina. LOL should be aware. There's a stealthy nearby. I think he is aware. He's just going to be on top of Christina, just trying to get aggressive before the Feral can land the opener. So he is aware. He's going to go for Shadow Meld himself, actually. So Christina is going to wait. He kind of sort of knows where LOL is. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Or maybe not. He knows he's somewhere around here. He's around here somewhere. For LOL, that's actually not a bad position. If Christina doesn't know where he's at, he can actually just sit here and wait until cooldowns are back up. That Shadow Meld is going to come out of stealth and does get to hit past Christina without Fel Rush, forcing a Trinket out of the Feral as well as Wall and Thorns and LOL. Is going to go for a little bit of CC into Christina, trying to see if he might be able to capitalize on that extra freebie damage from above. Doing quite a bit, still hitting through that wall. Either way, Christina able to set up a little bit of highs and lows, trying to stay as aggressive as he can. Not letting the Feral catch a reopener. Trying to do his very, very best to not let the Feral catch a reopener, but the slows from the Feral are going to be pretty hefty. Throws a bike at Christina as they're trying to get an opener there, dude. Literally just needed a bike to the face with a stun. No Trinket available for Christina. Actual central to stuns. Super low on health as Wall is up, but does he get to survive that wall? No! LOL just takes him out, dude. And RM Klepter is gonna be up next. Klepter, my boy. He's gonna try to see if he might be able to get a couple flame blasts, fire blasts onto LOL. Ring of Frost. Is he gonna be able to kite him? Is he gonna be able to hurt him into the Ring of Frost? I don't think he's gonna be able to. He does get himself a good positional though, and those fire blasts are actually doing a little bit of damage. It's not the most hardest hitting ability, but just a couple of them here and there. Does get a Nova onto LOL. Is gonna shrink it out of the prison. LOL flying up in the air. That's why a big combustion coming out for Collapture. Got himself a temporal. Greater Pyro while combustion is up. Are you kidding me? He's gonna try to see if he can blink past LOL. Darkness comes in. He actually darkness a lot of this damage. Why would Collapture go for Greater Pyro Blast where you can just go for Fire Blast Pyro while combustion is up? By the time you landed that Greater Pyro cast, LOL had enough time to activate Darkness. That's just such a big misplay, it seems. So LOL survived that one, even though I feel like he shouldn't have. Collapture gonna get hit with a stun, has still Cauterize as well as Ice Block. Is gonna get a Nova onto LOL, shorted, not invis, but something will just happen. Is gonna Ring of Frost him. You gotta trinket this. Pyroblast trying to come out, trying to get an interrupt on it. I don't think he was able to. And that's gonna be Greater Pyroblast trying to come out again. Shadow Meld for LOL. And that's gonna be Collapture taking a lot of damage. This is gonna be Temporal up and running. Safeguard Trinket proc. It does get a breath onto LOL. That's gonna be stunned by the Demon Hunter. Able to control the mage as best as possible. That's gonna be a poly. RM Collapture. Is he gonna actually get Cauterized to proc? Nope, Cauterize didn't proc just yet, but that's gonna be it here. Ice Block needs to come out for Collapture. LOL is only at half his health. Does get a Nova on the guy. Does Collapture? He has the fastest cast of Fire Blast. What is this fast cast? What is that fast cast of Fire Blast? Do you see that? That was the fastest cast. He metas the Greater Pyro, avoiding the damage completely. And that's going to be Meteor trying to come out onto LOL. Can he? Oh, bikes down the mage, flying up in the air as Naxian trying to get up to him. That's going to be Reflect for a few casts. LOL, better stop attacking for a second. What is this plays, dude? What was that cast? Why was it the fastest cast I've ever seen out of the Fire Mage? How is it so fast? How did LOL survive? That meta was so perfect for them, for that Greater Pyro. It's incredible. And Naxian already feeling the heat from LOL. I mean, he should have seen what this man has just done to the mage. And this man should have played super defensive Stormbolt onto LOL. Has Enrage Regeneration if he needs to. Stun. He's going to trick it out of the stun. Might need to go for Enrage Regen. Pop in the Enrage Regen. And LOL actually looking like he's going to bail out of there for a second. The boys on the other team Red are starting to carousel, trying to see if they might be able to just make a whole round of Dalaran before LOL goes down. Stun onto Naxian. He does have a little bit of health left still. And LOL's going to get those big meaty slappers rolling. Naxian get him some commanding shout, but it's not enough. LOL taking him out, and La is going to be the last one left. Shadow Priest up next versus LOL. Got a Siphon up and running on LOL. He's going to try to see if he might be able to play around the La. La just needs himself just a global, land a couple executes. LOL desperate trying to get away from the Shadow Priest. Treating him as well as he can. Picking up the Warlock Hellstone, which is okay. That's allowed. That is allowed. I beam with a Silencer Fall. I think La might have him unless LOL somehow survives this. Does trick it out of the fear. Might have enough damage for La right now. La might have to be the one playing defensive. Actually have to turtle this completely as LOL is just shredding right through him. Going behind the pillar. Blur activated. Needs himself just a bit more damage. Execute from La comes out with a Void Eruption. So that was actually a win by the Shadow Priest onto the Demon Hunter after he just massacred the Team Blue. With M6 gonna be up next. Needs to eliminate the Siphon immediately. Does not eliminate Siphons. But that's gonna be a lot down either way, man. That Shadow Priest did what he could. There's no way you're gonna fight a warrior. Full cooldowns, but he has that Demon Hunter. He did really, really well. LOL with them 4-1, dude. With M6 and La snagging a kill there. That was just a massacre. LOL just... I mean, I know Demon Hunters, right? I know people are like, you know, Demon Hunters are way too strong. Some of you guys say Demon Hunters are way too strong. But that man played that really well. I think that Mage... Oh, man. I feel like... I think that Mage was feeling very confident, but the plays he made, Combustion into Greater Pyro, letting the guy get a Darkness, misplay. And I feel like from there on, he was just such a confident, dominant position. But then La, with a meta on the last Greater Pyro, just enough, just a perfect timing on that one. Didn't take any damage from it, immuned it. It is insane. That was enjoyable to watch. That was incredible. Let's get another one going, yeah. Saying invite. Yo, Matthew, you're more than welcome to join us in, look up LFG, man. See, there's a group on Alliance or Horde, usually because them like 5V5 1v1 Duels. If you want to go and search, look up for number 5. Enter, and you should maybe find a group up or two. Adjustment, I think he said he had a group. So we got Adjustment versus Hardwin or Bach. I guess we get Adjustment versus Bach and Hardwin, because I don't think Adjustment ever got to play. Let's get a Bach versus Adjustment. Wait, is JUSU. Okay. Oh, we got Hardwin with Kagar. How does that sound, boys? Here we go. So we can get teams queuing against other people, if anything. Focusing on my career, but I watch to relax without taking much time. Focusing on my career, but I watch to relax without taking too much time. What's up, Darth? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Hope you're having a good one, my man. Can't find a group, no one come out. Are you trying it on NA or EU? Hopefully trying this on EU. Because you have people on EU doing this, but NA's tomorrow. Maybe that will probably fix some of your stuff. Some of your issues of trying to find a group. I'm glad you're having a good one, Darth. Yeah, but it was a kind of joke anyway. Waiting for the challenge patch. Yeah, they're getting a nerf in Shadowlands. Honestly, it's like it's not too much of a nerf, but they're getting nerfed. I think it's still gonna be good, but I doubt they're gonna be like insane. No, it still might be. You never know. Have to wait and see. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Don't do 5C5. Just number 5. Don't do 5C5. Normally it would be 5V5. I don't know what would you do 5C5. 5v5 always been the kind of the word. Switch. We got us Baczynski getting opened up with a kidney shot of Snuffles, trying to see if he can land the opener on the man. Trying to see if he can just blast through the guy. Cloaker shot is coming out for both of the rogues as they just straighten cooldowns. Perfect. Both of them assassination. Get the shot onto Snuffles, and Baczynski gonna hit him with the Reaping Flames, trying to do as much damage as he can while Vendetta's up and running. Is gonna get a Shadow Meld restealth into another cheap shot, and Snuffles does go down. Baczynski taking out that other rogue fairly quickly. Oh, Baczynski team, we are missing one guy, but we got Koss, we got us Puza, we got us Eric Sai, on Team Blue, we got us Bombo, Jal, we got us Skull, and we got us Silas. Silas? Getting hit with a bike through the wall. But just can look at to peel out of it immediately. I think Silas might have a bunch of versatility on him, man. That kidney shot, those stuns, we gotta be careful, like watching out how much damage it takes outside of stuns and with stuns. Because if the conflict of strife, which most monks are, that means that when he gets stunned in CC, his versatility for defensive buff is gonna double. Which normally defensive buff is half the original Versa. It's going to take so much less damage. Trinket's out of that and killing the Twisted Appendage immediately. That's a Trinket force out of Baczynski, but this rogue, I mean, if he just gets a tentacle on somebody while they are stunned, man, is so much damage. Just extra free pressure. So I don't blame Silas for wanting to Trinket it, but that might have put himself behind because next stun lock, Baczynski might have a dust hit a rogue with a Disarm, and Silas looking to actually kind of sit at a bay. Baczynski looked like he was going to back up, and so Silas is looking to maybe head back towards the pillar. He doesn't let him. He gets on top of him, getting dots up and running, does hit him with a blind as a wall as well as damp and harm comes in. Baczynski could pop back in. Maybe go for a sap. He doesn't want to do it. I'm just going to let Silas catch up on full health by the looks of it. Baczynski needs to get himself a little bit of self-healing though. Sippy cups are up and running. And it looks like Silas might be approaching the eye here. It's going to be picking up the eye. And looking for Baczynski. As 5% extra damage, Baczynski could take advantage of, but I think he's just going to wait. Maybe Baczynski's waiting for Vendetta. You have a big old go onto the monk. Maybe. But if this monk is stacking a lot of Versa, that's stun. The kidney shot is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. Does hit him with a kidney shot. Reaping Flame. Gesture Gas. Quite a bit of damage. While is that a Vendetta up and running onto the monk? It looks like it's no Vendetta. Because Vendetta doesn't show up in the UI properly. Normally, if somebody has cooldowns, they are on fire. But with the Vendetta, it counts as a debuff, not a buff. So it doesn't show up as damage. Which is a little bit unfortunate. But it's going to be a sap into Silas. That was actually quite a lot of cooldowns committed by Baczynski there in the opener. With the trinket and everything. And Silas is still looking very, very healthy. I think this man is stacking lots of Versa. Cheap shot, he said to go for a cheap shot into a kidney shot right after. Just trying to, oh no, maybe just trying to get a kidney shot right after? Is that what he's going for? With a vendetta, forcing a karma out of Silas with a wall. Which this guy's at least forcing cooldowns out of the man. Cheap shot into a delayed kidney shot. I'm trying to figure out why would you want to do it. Maybe he's just trying to play with the man. Maybe he was just trying to see if he can get cooldowns out of him. Right? He got a wall, he got a karma, he's got a trinket back up. So the next go, he can get a trinket out of the guy, and he's just going for a big play to get cooldowns out of the man. Got a trinket out of him, looking to escape out of it. In capture follow with Alexi. That's going to be touch of death as Baczynski goes for an intro trinket. That's going to be evasion to stop a lot of that damage. Smoke bomb running. Does he go for a shot meld? Looked like he might have actually went for a shot meld. Touch of death didn't even tag him at all. Maybe, maybe not. Stun into silence. Does Baczynski have the big damage? The images, though, are there to slit the damage of the dress to Gaz. Goes for a shadow step onto Silas. And that's going to be a disarm immediately. Baczynski popping a cloak or shadow. It's going to be a bike onto Silas. He still has plenty of defense. He's got himself dampened harm right now. Needs just a little bit more damage to Baczynski. Looking to back up, but Baczynski knows that the monk can just go for a full CC chain. And can go for kites forever, so Baczynski is always wanting to be on top of him as best possible. Trying to stay as aggressive as he can. Continuing letting the DAS do work into Silas. That's going to be that appendage. Needs to eliminate it immediately. Silas, actually super low in health. Catches Fist of Fury onto Baczynski. Has advantage if he needs to. The Phantom Knives are actually still doing work. It looks like that final dagger from the Phantom Knives does eliminate the monk. A very interesting play, but he did do well. Blind onto Skull Necros. But he's not going to be able to find the rogue. Does hit him with a Wake of Ashes, which does slow Baczynski for a moment, but he's still going to be able to escape out of there. The C is for Contra. Oh, that's what you guys on the EU say. Write it as 5C5. Contra in French equals versus. Okay, yeah. Mark, I think you might just have to type in letter V. Or just number 5. I think number 5 will do it. Because you'll have 5V5 or 5C5. Yeah, I think most of the guys in this chat at least speak and write English. Most of them, not all of them. But yeah. It's going to be an opener onto Skull from Baczynski. Forcing a bubble out of the Paladin. Hitting him with a bike. I think that was a bit of maybe a misplay. And Skull Necro is just looking to get a bunch of damage to Baczynski. He has a trinket, has evasion, but what can he do against the wings? That's a lot of holy damage that's going through. And a freedom, so Baczynski can't actually go anywhere. Has a trinket if he gets hodged. But he's still in such a bad spot. Does land a kidney shot onto Skull Necros. Looking to count himself a full reset. And we'll see if he goes for it, man. Let's see if he can go for it. As we hit the 6-minute mark, we are at 8% dampening. And Baczynski's going for that slow game, dude. The hit and run strats. Rogue Duels. He's taking it slow. I'll tell you that. I'll give you that. He's taking it very, very slow. But he's done a really good job surviving. No, he didn't have Vanish. He didn't have no cooldowns. And he's surviving Skull Necros on his wings and everything. So that's pretty good. I wonder how much versatility Baczynski runs, because I'm pretty sure that's what helped him survive a ton. That's a twisted appendage. The versatility is huge. Hodge onto Baczynski as Necron's trying to go for some damage. It's going to be a blind. Then it's going to be traded out with a trinket as wings are up for Skull. Cloak of Shadows up for Baczynski. Really kind of wants to get that Cloak of Shadows while Shield of Vengeance up. That'll be free damage that just not existent. But for Skull, that's going to be a nice shield. This is really kind of tough to break. And Baczynski is going to go for a reset. The Skull Necros I'm seeing, he's not really chasing out of Baczynski. He could have just actually chased after the guy. Pop the Shield of Vengeance and let the guy walk away, trying to get himself a bit of a heal. It's going to be like a cat and mouse game. Baczynski is getting cooldowns to Skull though. No trinket, no bubble. Bop available. He could use Bop if he wants to. Getting the shot onto the Paladin. And is looking to again to just kind of get away. He's running away again. And again. And again, Baczynski is going to be down on Trinket though for a bit. Evasion's available, Vanish is available. So if Skull actually has a setup, he actually might be able to do something here. Yeah, he's just aggressively trying to CC the target and trying to kind of keep him bled up at all times. He's going to be Garrod into a kidney shot right after, not giving the Paladin an option to get a Hodge in the middle of it all. That's going to be a Bob. The bike does do a little bit of damage. Some of the damage is fire damage. Vanish needs to come out for Baczynski immediately. He actually doesn't go for advantage. He goes for evasion with a feint. Gets a vendetta to skull necklace, and he's actually not even going away from the guy. Bob is down for the counter, but Shinsuke actually has a lot of counter pressure now. Getting a shot onto skull with a dress. He got trinket. Might have enough here with that Envenom. Cheap shot to follow, and down he goes. He does take him out. I was actually surprised. I wasn't expecting for him to vanish away until the bop is down, but he just bopped feint and evasion, and he just kind of stood in front of the paladin, and then as soon as the bop is down, vendetta. He's like, I'm coming for you now. Now it's time for me to go a counter. Pretty ballsy, but I gotta give him the credit. It's gonna be a bomb bow. Getting hit with a kidney shot. Twisted Appendage doing quite a bit of damage though. Might have enough here with wings to take down Baczynski. Advantage is available for this rogue if he needs to. That tentacle really did do a number. Now that's gonna be a blessing of protection down. Blind onto Bombo immediately in case maybe they got trinkets. I think Baczynski was actually getting caught out in AoE and he tried to get himself a full reset, which he was able to do. Into a bit of a sippy cup. Bubble available for Bombo. Baczynski, Cloak Shot is untrinket available. No vanish or nothing. This is really kind of in a rough spot. Has evasion if or feint if he needs to. But he's gonna get some dots on the Bombo and go for a bit of a reset. As we hit in the 9-minute mark, 9:30 with a dampening at 27%. Bombo is not really going to see a lot of good self-healing unless he really takes the time to get himself some heals. Look at that flashlight, dude. Usually 2 or 3 of those would give you full health. Now you need like, what, 5? This is going to get tougher and rougher for the guy. Baczynski going to be back with cooldowns with evasion in 20 seconds. Vanishing just a little bit. That's going to be a bubble down for Bombo. Trying to see if he can capitalize on a bubble. Trying to think to go maybe for a Hydro Baczynski. But that's going to be Cloak of Shadows with a Vendetta by the Rogue. Dress striking out to Bombo with a Mark for Death in Venom to follow. Reaper Flames right after. Trying to do as much damage as he can. Shield Division is up and running. Does get to puff back into Baczynski. But down he goes. And Jal is going to be up next. Trying to see if he might be able to get the Rogue out. Baczynski did commit quite a lot of cooldowns there. Has evasion. Has feint. Blind might be coming up sometime soonish. We don't get to really see a lot of blind. Trying to go for a nice bow with Baczynski. He's going to go for an honor duel. This is going to be an honor duel. An honorable duel, sorry. Or at least a bow. He's going to be in... Oh, he's going to do like normal duel, like bear form. Come out. Duel me. So Jarl has a lot of cooldowns available. He is feral. Bash immediately on Baczynski. Perfect opportunity for him to get that early offensive pressure. He has Thorns up and running really, really early on. That's going to be a bike. I think a Jal or a Baczynski has evasion. So if the bike was at Baczynski, he did evade the bike. You actually can evade the bike. You can also evade dressed, a parry. Do you know that? It's a physical attack. Get a shot onto Jal. Hits him with the bike. Looks like Jal doesn't have a trinket. Maybe full relentless. With a cheap shot to follow. Baczynski actually just eliminated him. Wait, that was a big old 1v5. Alright. I didn't realize. But a big old 1v5. There it is. Need bad rogues to do the druid come at some point. Oh my god, dude. Well, I mean, I will be honest, that wasn't like the most exciting, like really clutch games for that rogue, but he did well. I mean, he won 1v5, you know what I mean? He played it by the book. There's no hot shot trying to make some crazy plays. He's not trying to impress nobody. Just trying to go for the win, man. You know what I mean? We got ourselves Kragar ready, I think, and Hardwin. Is Hardwin there? Is Hardwin there, or do we queue Kragar against somebody else? Hardwin? I don't know if he's ready. I hope he's ready. He said we were ready a couple times. I don't know if he said it a while ago or recently. Hardwin and Kragar. Let's try Hardwin Kragar. It's sent. Any groups and allies? There should be some. We'll check in, man. Tigers peak, boys. We got peaking tigers everywhere. What are they gonna have some shamans as of now going forward? Enhancement? I don't think they're bad. Well, in PvE, in PvP, they're kind of, you know. Open hands and shamans will be good in next expansion though. More tanky or something. You know what I mean? Just good in general. Switch. Oh my goodness, more Russian names. We got ourselves Dark, we got ourselves Kragar, we got ourselves Kromzel, we got ourselves Naomova and Tulan. These are the easy ones. We got Al. We got Al. Alala. Ayaya. We got Aya. We call him Aya. Because I like the Alala. That sounds Ayaya. We got ourselves Al. We got ourselves Ayaya. We got ourselves Lack, Remaster, and Tral. Oh, that's the team with the Remaster. Oh boy. Ayaya is not going to be going up first. I would have loved to try to see if I could commentate through that name. But it's going to be Alfoera. Alfoera. Not Alfoera. You got to be like a softer L. Makes no sense, I know. Big cannonball coming out from MOBA. As Al gonna take a bit of damage, still just getting shredded by the twisted appendage. Look at this man's health. He took a cannonball to the face, but the rest of it was that twisted appendage. Trying to see if I might be able to get a corner around on MOBA. MOBA just going for a big old kiting spree stun onto MOBA. Al does take it out of the infernal stun, and MOBA needs to get himself a good line of sight in order to be able to get good damage onto Al. It's going to hit him with a maledict by the looks of it. Yep, and that's going to be Al trying to see if he might be able to catch up with a little bit of health. MOBA going for a shot if you're cannonballs to get it lined up. Needs to go for the big go with the cannonballs. It's going to be one cannonball up. Safeguard trick and prog. Sorry, boys. Choked my own spit. Safeguard trick and proc and try to land a fear, but he doesn't go for cannonballs onto Al at all. He got one fear and then try to get a cannonball and then ran behind the pillar instead. Interesting. Looks like Al Foera might have a lot of versatility. Maybe this man is in the position where he can heal a ton. Fel Succubus is trying to come out for MOBA, but it's actually going to get eliminated. Does he still have a Succubus? Does he just have one somewhere that's super low in health? I think he doesn't. No, he did have one. He's just super low in health. Mortal Call onto Al, and MOBA is trying to go for some CC chains, but the positional with this arena, he just doesn't have the good position to just get someone out in the open. Instead, he's just choosing to line inside against Alfera, and Alfera just has a fell rush to get to MOBA. He doesn't have to go for two full rush. It stuns him as he's trying to summon a whole new Succubus. Does the other Succubus even try to CC? It cannot. It has a momentary stun. Get himself a fresh new Succubus over and over. Stun coming out with a cannonball. Cataclysm doing quite a bit of damage. Another Succubus to see with a Cataclysm to follow, and Al taking a bit of that damage. There's going to be a big old I-beam out of Al, but can you really do anything here? Trading CC with a stun for Mortal Coil with MOBA. Does MOBA have the Infernal back up and running by any time or not? Hopefully you'll have something available anytime soon. Into an prison as Al, just having to kind of chill there for a bit. MOBA, does he have the big old Infernal? It's gonna be a Succubus CC Trinket Infernal joining the fight. Maligan and throwing at Al, and MOBA actually going behind the pillar. Do you not want to walk at Alf wall and just slam him with cannonballs? He's just like, he's like staying very, very defensive with him. Maybe now he wants to go for a big old cannonball, and this is why Alf is the one playing defensive now. Huh. I swear, I think so far today we haven't seen MOBA go for a full blasting with Inferno, with a full Dark Soul on anybody. So far, I mean, he played against Demon Hunters and run away from that, but maybe that's why, because he's just going to throw in a Chaos Bolt with a Cataclysm being at half his health, and you're done, son. And that's just how that's going to go down. Remaster is going to be up next. Does get a cheap shot onto the pet. Big bike thrown at MOBA. I don't even know if that bike connected, but Remaster is going to have to go for a little bit of a reset there. Can Remaster do this? I think a Sub-Rogue was the one that beat MOBA at the end there, didn't it? Just committed all the damage. The pet was far apart away, so you could get a full dress in there. It looks like Remaster just trying to see if it might be able to build some calm points to go on to MOBA after. Should be aware of the pet. Maybe get a shot onto the pet, cheap shot onto Master. I think it's exactly what he's going to do. Get a shot onto the pet, cheap shot onto MOBA. Trying to go for dress. That's going to be Cloaker Shadows onto the Mortal Coil. Wall up for MOBA. Does Master have enough damage here? Trying to land a fear, not going to happen. I think he went for Shadowy Duel with the guy. Is that what happened? He's still getting the Shadow Strikes in. Shadowy Duel up now? Did he Shadowy Duel MOBA and MOBA didn't touch him? Could you see him? Did he do something weird with Shadowy Duel where the guy can't see him anymore? That's gonna be second seal and double cancel. Master super low in health. That's going for a sip pickup. Mova is super low as well. How is he just reversing the damage with a couple of chaos bolts in there, man? How does that work? That seems a little busted. That's going to be cheap shot after landing kidder shot onto the pet. Mova has no way to use the pet to stop this CC. Throwing him out at Remaster. Remaster taking him out as a sub-rogue champ. Oh my goodness. Mova is going to be down for the counts. Maybe the rest of the boys on team Red might actually be able to play him. Dark is going to be up next as a Windwalker versus sub-rogue. Remaster going for the first. He might have to get a sap onto Dark and try to go for a bit of Uber Eats, man. Arena Eats. Because you got Mova over there. Just laying. You know. And this guy's Forsaken. And it's a pretty tasty meal right there. Go to waste, you know. It just kind of lays there. Might as well take a bite. You never know. Dark picking up the eyes, trying to see if he might be able to find a master here. It's going to be a lot of setups by those two, man. It's going to be CCs, hit and run strat setups. Neither of these specs really are good at sustained gameplay. I mean, Remaster can kind of, or Dark can kind of sort of do a bit of sustained play. Drops in wall and just continues punching and kicking the enemy. It might be okay, but for Remaster, it's all hit and run strats, man. It's all setups with cheap shots and kidney shots and everything. I think Dark is exactly either deceived or just going to wait for him. Alright, I'm doing pretty good, little skunk. How you doing, my man? Glad to see you finally. Hello from Michelle. What's up, Boris? How you doing, my man? Do you participate? I did a while ago. I have some videos on it. Coming back to the game, I'm still testing the water. Is good to know. Enhancement is still kind of good. And yeah, it's very gear dependent. I'll tell you that right now. Very, very, very gear dependent. You will need a lot of gear before you can really do stuff. But there are some enhancements that are just blaster, dude. They're a glass cannon. Is the best way to describe them. Emphasis on glass, emphasis on the cannon. So, really good. It's going to be Shadow Blades available for a master as he finally lands that opener onto Dark, and it's going to hit him with a cheap shot, kidder shot, cheap shot again. Karma coming out by Monk immediately, trying to see if he might be able to catch up to the Rogue. Not able to catch up to him whatsoever. Remaster did deploy himself for just a second, but it's going to be still spinning crane kick that does find him. Touch of Death is going to be coming out for a master right now. No vanish available for this one. Has evasion follow here, but no vanish. So he's going to take damage from the Touch of Death either way. That's going to dip him out below certain amount of health. Trick him out for Dark, trying not to let her master catch a reset. That's going to be blind though onto the Monk. And Remaster is looking to see if he might be able to get himself a reset here. He's got images beating up on him. It's going to be next to a port. The Monk is going to port on top of him. Incap trinket side of it. Lexi to follow Fist of Fury right after. Probably should have saved that trinket from the Incap for a little bit later. Kidney shot does come out onto Dark. Does activate the Shadowy Duel though. Let's try to see if he can catch himself a reset somehow. Shadow Steps are available. He's going to use that for mobility. He's going to get himself shortest cheap shot ever. Try to go for some damage. I think Remaster's kind of out of options though. Looks like he might be down for the count. I think you played his last fiddle as Dark taking him out 8 minutes into the duel. 21% dampener. Boys, Trial is going to be up next as an elemental shaboy. Let's see, this man might be able to do something versus Dark. Setting up his totems ahead of time. Wasn't reaching those totems actually. I think you're pretty high, right? Totems can reach pretty far. Potentially. It's going to be incap by Dark for a second onto Troll. As Dark is looking for a bit of reset. Try to wait for more cooldowns available. Try not to let Troll kind of barge in onto his area. Just running circles around the pillar. What is Dark missing? He's missing a trinket. Maybe that's what he's waiting for. He wants to be able to trinket that lasso. That's going to be full Primal Elemental available for Trial. Lightning Lasso onto Dark. Does it drop a big old meteor on the guy? It doesn't look like he does. Karma available for Dark immediately. Let's just try to get some counter pressure back on Trial. Does it with Lexi. Hex trying to come out. Is going to land that Hex. No Trinket low for that Hex. Actually, Trinket. I think the pet ended up breaking that Hex. Touch of Death onto Trial right now. Might need to wall his damage completely. And it's going to be Dark popping in Diffuse Magic. Trying to diffuse the situation. Taking 60% less damage from magic abilities, reversing all the dots back to the enemies. And Troll surviving the touch of death pretty handily so far. Just to get himself a whole another lasso, but Dark is going to have a trinket over for this one. Lasso is up, trinket's out of it immediately. And Troll trying to use a couple of crucibles just to throw some freebie damage at Dark right now. He's going to make sure there's a Earth Shield up and running. Big Earth Shock to follow as Primal Storm, Primal Earth Elemental trying to protect Troll. I think the elements of Earth are with him. He got Earth Shield, Earth Shocks, Earth Alley, Hex to follow. That's going to be able to get him a couple of healing surges back to back. Maybe get a last out of it. Apparently that Hex didn't last long at all onto the Shaman. Lasso is going to be kind of short. Dark is going to have a Zuen summon versus Troll. Whirling Dragon punches away from Troll, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think he still might have it. Trying to land a Stormkeeper, in cap to follow. I think Troll might be in a bad spot. Dark is going to go for heals back to back and does take him out, even dropping down a Ring of Peace. In case the Shaman was going to get the cast off. That's going to be next up a Warrior. Is it Kragar? No, it's Ayaya. Ayaya is here, trying to see if he might be able to get himself a big old charge in the Dark. He just needs to get that execute off. It's probably going to be Karma. Disarm comes out. Does it trinket it? He does trinket it. Oh, that might put him in a bad situation though. Big old Maga Orc. He's going to fight through the Karma, try to pop a fear onto Dark. There's going to be a Reflect available to refuse magic against some of that Mali. Dark actually trying to heal through that Mali as best as possible. But that Reflect, diffuse magic, will reflect only one tick of Mali, not all. And Dark not looking all that good. Maybe Execute available for Aya right now. That's he gonna do. And Zerker raging out of that incap, but I think he's gonna have him here. Lexi, no, didn't get the Execute, but still got that good hit. And Krager is gonna be up next versus yeah. As the Disarm comes in, Krager trinkets out of it immediately, and Aya looking to maybe get a charge. Doesn't get him with the fear. No way, Zerker's rage out of it with a Stormbolt to follow. Does have Rage Regeneration. It's gonna be a battle of two Fury Warriors at this point, boys. Battle of two Fury Warriors trying to tussle with one another. Leap for Krager. He does get a charge in. It's going to be quite a bit of healing. Stormbolt coming in for Ayaya. He's trying to catch up a little bit of health. Got himself a commanding shout to follow as well. Big leap, a charge back, and Krager has 42% dampenings here. It's going to get a disarm as Ayaya is trying to see if we can waddle out of there. Man, the pull's so slow, just waddling away from each other. Oh my god. I might have to go for Enrage Regeneration. Actually, no. Safeguard Trinket is going to hold him up for a little bit longer. Krager looking very, very healthy right now. So maybe there's a huge gear difference. Maybe a versatility difference. As Krager is going to see I going to go for Enrage Regeneration. Will not be able to destroy him while Blade Storm was up. And I can kind of Bloodthirst, Blade Storm, immune, and break out of the Blade Storm to Bloodthirst as soon as he can. To guarantee that he'll get double heal. Krager dropping down in health, and Aya has the advantage here. Trick is coming back for Aya very, very soon. Krager does go for a huge heal right now. This is going to be disarmed by Aya. Yeah, Krager catching up with quite a lot of that healing. Does not get a second Bloodthirst by the looks of it. Maybe he did. It looked like though Aya was far enough out. And the Stormbolt comes in. Reflect available for Aya, but what can you do at that point? Can't really reflect anything. The warrior thrown at you. Mali to follow onto Krager. Doing quite a lot of pressure. Zerker raging out of the fear. Krager trying to see if he might be able to blaze him out of that situation. Trying not to take damage while Mali is up. Stormbolt onto Aya. He does not trinket it. Saving it maybe for a disarm. He's about to score a kill. Does land a disarm onto Krager's cooldowns though, so that's perfect for him. Perfect opportunity to maybe get some counter pressure back into Krager. Krager has a lot of offensive pressure available right now. He really wants to make it happen. Disarm onto Aya. He does trick it out of it immediately. Does that goes that trinket. Krager has to trinket back up. Is he going to need to use it? Krager still has commanding shout. Looks like Aya is behind. And that execute from Krager takes him out. Going out to Lack up next. Lacker, or Lack for short, might not be able to survive this damage from Krag. Actually, it is the opposite way. Krager might not be able to survive this damage from Fire Mage. He's still continuing to heal as best as possible. The trap roll up for a Mage, and Krager is going to hit him with a slow and try to see if he can bail out of there. Trinket, and I think it's going to be down for the count. Big Shimmer as he tries to get a charge in. And down goes the boy. Cromwell is going to be up next. Try to go for a thunderstorm in case the mage was nearby. Nope. He still got hit with a slow. I guess maybe he got hit by Totem. He's gonna go for that crucible, trying to keep himself as best as possible. Are there names in Russian? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. It's going to be lasso onto Lack. He does get hit with an interrupt as he's trying to go for a poly. Icebook comes in to deal with the cauterize. Tried to hex him, does interrupt him on that hex, and finally landed the polymorph. Chicken coming in for Crom though. Got himself wall up and running. I think Lack has nothing left. It's a big old primal elemental, by the way. That guy looks huge. I think it's a toy, right? Might be a toy. It looks so awesome. Look at him. And yep. I think Lag just dies to the Ellie, and that's, oh my god, so many names in Russian. Listen, what is that font? It's so hard to read some of these names, man. Did you learn Russian? How do you know? I was born in Russia a while ago. A long time ago. 12 years ago. Born in Russia. Then I was born again in America. 2 births. Can you believe it? Alright, boys, let's get another one up and running, yeah? Let's get another one up and running, boys. Still ready? Alright, I gotta get some new teams against one another, man. I gotta get some new faces seeing each other. Back still ready. Alex got to new... Back got to play just now, though. What? Back just got to play. Let him participate in the last match. Alright, Atha, I can do that. Ready? 5 to new. Alright, let's get Alex and Atha. Because Back just got to play. Well, got to play before Kragar. Here we go for 1v5, man. The fuck is this pet? It's a big pet. It's a real pet, not like a chihuahua. What do you have? A house cat? Yeah, that's cute. I got a big old fire elemental fighter lord, warming my house, burning trees at a whim. That's a real pet. Would you take that to a vet, or do you like take it to like a local shaman or some shit? How do you handle like a fire lord as a pet? How would you go about that? Take it to a local witch or something? Or better yet, take him to like one of those carnivals and take him to like that mechanical fortune teller where you put in 25, like a quarter in, and it gives you like a random fortune. That's the closest thing I could think of. Alright, boys, switch. We got ourselves Athaman, we got ourselves Goku, FaZe, Yawasha, and Meritus. How you doing, my man? You got a big old dangly thing above his helmet, big old noodle, dude. I see a post where people complain about that noodle, man. And it's kind of... I think it's supposed to be like a helmet plume looking thing, but they couldn't quite make a plume, but I think it still looks tight. Looks kind of funny when you zoom in, though. We got ourselves Dirks and Team Blue. We got ourselves Kedum? Ked. We got ourselves Christina La, as well as RMP Klepter. Who's going to be first? It looks like, here, guys, if you're walking out, Christina is going to be first. Where's the FaZe? FaZe, better use the sight, man. Use your special eyes. See if you can find the cat. Christina's going to get a big old opener. FaZe don't need half a shell. What is going on? Hit him with the root. It's not even gonna let him run out of there. Christina getting caught in prison for just a second. Cat in a trap. No trinket available though. Christina popping off the trinket maybe a little early. But FaZe is trying to see if he can catch up. He's trying to hit that I-beam and tried to fell rush out of the I-beam immediately. Look, it kind of like, it kind of lags on my screen. Does it mirror? Does it lag? Yeah, again, those fist weapons look hilarious when they're all big and blue like that. But it's gonna be a big lead by Christina away from FaZe, actually to FaZe's location, really. They're still going to be able to kite him around while Meta is up and running. Does land the stun into Christina. Perfect opportunity for FaZe to catch up a little bit of health. I don't really know why he backs up like that. I mean, you get blurred for a moment, yeah? Is that what Christina trying to pop wall while they're high up on health? Going to be a reversal onto that root. Very interesting. FaZe actually using the roots from Christina and reversing them for a little bit of extra CC, which is actually kind of cool. Christina has a lot of cooldowns going berserk, trying to see if he can play bash onto FaZe with a bike to follow FaZe. Not trinketing any of this. Does he roll relent? Is he gonna die to bleeds if Christina just doesn't get hit by metamorphosis damage? He might. FaZe taking a little bit of health back. I think he has a minor leech available whenever he does outside of meta damage. He actually does. That's a trinket. No, that's not a trinket. It's talent. FaZe super low in health though. Oh, what? Bleed, Ticks, Proc, and Azerites. What is going on? On Goku Setsu. Go Ketsum? Go Ketsum. This is gonna be up next. Yo, that sword that's all fiery. You have one that's blue. I don't know if I like that in blue. You know what I mean? Like the Void enchant. I don't know if I like that one that much. I mean, I kind of see what you're trying to go, trying to blue and red. It's a cool combo, but I don't know if I'm personally a fan. What I'm a fan of is the damage this man is trying to go for. This man is just going in all in Hambo Karma, and Christina actually activating Thorns. Why would you activate Thorns while he's got a Karma? But looks like Christina's going to be able to get away there scot-free. Go Setsu. Go Ketsu. Try to see if he can catch up to the Feral. He better be quick because Christina can recover quite a lot of health. Those Hots are doing quite a number. He's playing the Restoration Affinity, so those Hots are going to do quite a lot of self-heals. Christina get himself a little bit of a bite out of Goketsu and is going to root him. Try to go for Diffuse Magic, trying to see if he might be able to reflect the roots back to Christina, but at least he's going to recover a little bit. Christina playing Ring Around the Rosie with the images, dude. Literally playing Ring Around the Rosie with the images, trying to see if he can outrun them. Actually caught himself an opener and is going to be able to get back into Goketsu. Goketsu is completely out of cooldown. Trinket might be available unless he human racial something already. Like Christina, he does Trinket out of it. Goketsu is really out of options. His thorns are up for Christina. Trying to get this monk to tussle with him. That's going to be Ringo Boopity Bob booping the Feral out of the way. Trying to get, I think, a Skull Bash in, but that's going to be a port. As Goketsu's trying to see if he might be able to survive through this. Fist of Fury fly to Christina. Not doing the most amount of damage, he just bared the damage while he could. Taking another bite out of Goketsu while he can. Yet another bite. I think the blades are gonna melt him, dusting him with the ruin. Can't go anywhere, and down he goes. Second target dying directly to the blades. Yawashi is gonna be up next. Yawashi, you better wash this Feral out of this arena. Yeah, not funny. I guess we'll find out if Yawashi is Yawashi or Yawashed up. That's bad too. But Christina picking up the eye, and Yawashi just gonna sit in stealth. He is Assassination. It's probably the best spec to fight a Feral Druid. Because even in Bear form, those dots and the poisons are actually gonna do a number. Either way. Them lethal strikes procking? Yeah, they're procking like mad on a Feral, dude. Yeah, they're procking like mad. They can proc for Assassination rogues too. The bleeds are just really, really good for all those traits and such. It's going to be Kindle Shot on Christina. Hitting Christina with a bike. Doing a bit of damage, but he does pre-wall a lot of this. Yawashi probably shouldn't have committed that big old bike into him, but Yawashi get hit with a dress, with a bite. Blades are up. Trying to go for a vanish. Getting an offensive with a Garrode. Trying to stay in there. Has an evasion. If he has a vendetta, this would be the perfect opportunity, man. This is the perfect time. Doesn't catch a kid on Christina. When the Twisted Appendage might be able to turn around. Big dress and actually taking the cat out of the bag and actually putting the cat back in the bag. No one needs to see that cat anymore. Blind onto RMP Klepter. He trinkets out of it just to take down Yawashi. Does catch a Garrode though for a second. Sip pickup is available for him. And Yawashi continuing to play this cheap shot onto Klepter and might be able to continue running here. Klepter trying to find the angle. Is going to get this Fire Blast. He's doing quite a bit of damage with Fire Blast alone. Actually, is he just going to die to the Mastery Bleed? What are your Fire Blasts made of? They're just, your hands are cannons. You just Fire Blasting that guy. I don't think you even pyred him. I think you're literally just you're just Fire Blasting things. Let's go land that good old Polymorph with a greater pirate to follow off Byram Klepter. Try to see if we can get him into a Ring of Frost. Does force a Trinket out of the Pala. And Klepter got quite a lot of cooldowns out of that man. The Pala is going to poke around the corner and hit him with a Reaping Flames. With a Hodge to follow as he does get himself a Temporal. That's going to be quite a good defensive for them. Mage will be hitting the 6-minute mark. 9% dampening only. Shortest Polymorph ever. Klepter looking like he's lagging just a little bit. It's going to be Ice blocking this. He did get a bubble out of the Paladin, so I guess that makes sense. Probably going to be a Breath to follow here. Will not be able to Nova the guy for quite a while. Does steal away from him the Hand of Freedom. That's going to be one Greater Power, maybe into a second Greater Power if he's able to do it. Second Greater Power does come off. Combustion is up, and Ryan trying to go for as much damage as he can. Interrupting him. I think Merchus is going to be down with a Pyro, and Klepter taking him out. Wow, Team Red just completely melted. Goketsu, FaZe, Yawashi, now Mary, down to a Feral, and now a little Meiji boy. And looks like Athaman is going to have to fight Harry Potter over there. Hodge under Klepter. Klepter, no more Ice Block. Has Cauterize if he needs to. Does Atha even do enough damage? Ooh, the big Destrugath came out of nowhere. It's going to hit him with a Crucible. That's going to be a big kill for Klepter. Does pick up a little bit of health from a Temporal. Oh, that Crucible, that Destrugath, dude. Oh, Just surprising people. For Ath, he might have enough versatility to make the trinket really, really pop off. What's going to be Poly maybe landing? No, not going to happen. Athman dip behind the pillar for just a second. Does he get to intro the polymorph? He does not. I think he actually messed up his kicks. That's going to be a big old shimmer with a Greater Pyro 4 Collector into a Ring of Frost right after. Into another Greater Pyro. It's going to be quite a bit of damage. Fire Blast to follow with a Pyro. And a Meteor right after. Man, this man got quite a bit of damage with the Athman. Does he get to blink and disrupt him? Because so far, the damage that the Athman has been able to put up. Collector has been able to turn around, missing that breath, however. Trinkets out of that Hodge. Shimmering away with the Greater Pyro. That's some fast Greater Pyro cast right there. What is that cast of Greater Pyro? How are you getting such a fast cast? What is that? Is that a corruption he's running? This is the fastest Greater Pyro. I mean, it didn't really kill him, but it was a fast Greater Pyro. Can you believe it? La landing the dots of the Aether. It's going to hit him with a tentacle. It's going to be Siphon around the corner as well. Aether's going to take a lot of damage to shot him if he is attacking him. That Siphon is still just shredding right through him. Trying to heal. The Siphon is still denying him that healing. 22% dampening, fear to follow, and that's going to be it. Athman getting that adaptation trinket proc in 3 minutes on that bubble. 30 seconds on the Shield of Vengeance. He might be able to live until Shield of Vengeance though. La pushing in, getting yet another tentacle proc. It's exactly what he needs. He Athel will either fight La or will fight the tentacle. That's a fact. And there it goes. Unless you can get both. Big dress! Oh! And La just dressed it out of there, man. Can Athman just come back from all these guys? We still have Drex, we still got Ked. Man, it's just dressing this boy out of here, dude. He's in dress to put him all to rest. That's a good one. That was a good one, Chad. Come on. Sap onto Atha as Drex is going to get himself big plunder armor. Trying to go for a big damage into Atha. Does he have the big damage? It's going to be Reaping Flames. Bob coming out as the bike comes in, denying the bike damage altogether. Drex is going to follow up into Cloak of Shadows, trying to deny the Hodge out of Atha if he can. Hodge still happens. It's going to be Trinket as Drex has got himself a parry up and running. I think Athman can still get quite a bit of damage into Drex. He still is doing a little bit of the holy damage here and there. Instant Trinket out of Atha off of that stun by the Outer Rogan. Looks like it's going to be Outer trying to get back in there. If Atha has Shield of Vengeance back up, bubble available in a minute 44. If Durex can get enough damage here to really lock Atha down, then he'll be in a good spot. Got himself a Sippy Cup rolling. Used a lot of those. He'll be hitting 31% dampening. Not a lot of healing available at this point. And Durex is just trying to see if he might be able to get behind the pillar. Atha is at least keeping him in combat, sort of, kind of. Hits him with a Blade of Justice. Some of the Europeans say the word justice. Justice. Rextroy says that, doesn't he? Drex is going to land the cheap shot into between the eyes, Reaping Flames. If Atha has the damage here, this would be perfect. Drex does activate himself a trinket. I think it's going to give him maybe extra versatility. Big dress together for Atha. Is just trying to see if he can get a big old pop-off damage to Drex. Actually got him on the ropes, got him running. And it's going to be vanquished by Atha. Does I think clip him in AoE? Which does force out a Twisted Appendage randomly up to Atha. Drex with no health left at all. So he did use a trinket for extra health. Does get hit with that adaptation immediately. It's almost like he walked around top of Drex for a second. Is going to get himself a Sippy Cup. Mark for not the greatest buff ever, but he still might be able to make a play with it. Atha is full on health. Dampening at 11 minutes is going to be 38%. Dampening is going to be harder and harder. Durex needs to make a play right now. He needs to make the biggest plays ever before the bubble is up. Stun into Atha, biking him. Is going to go for a plunder armor. This is the perfect opportunity for him to get the big kill right here. No, has a cloak available. Could cloak a pre-Hodge. Has a trinket available very soon. Cloak right now. Can trinket the next Hodge available. And looking like he actually wants to disengage away from Atha. Hits him with Ripple Flames. Nope, seeing Atha heal. Wants to kind of stay there and disrupt him with stuns and gouges, maybe kicks. Going for a grapple hook before Atha really goes in for the big damage. Shield of Vengeance is back up for Atha. Bubble available as well. Durex has a parry. Has a trinket too. And that's going to be a gouge as Atha almost gets a cap off of the Durex now. But Durex does not get himself a nice reset whatsoever. Between the eyes of Atha, does he get to come out on top? He has a vanish available. He has used it. That's going to be yet another Sippy Cup with a sap of Atha. DR from the gouge. Looks like Atha is going to try to stay aggressive, maybe pick up the eyes. Picking up the eyes. The other eyes are available as well. Derek still has a trinket, so he's not out of the fight just yet. Hodge, trinkets out immediately, trying to see if he can sprint away from Atho. So he's running, what is he running? Maybe double sippy cup? He's running maneuverability for sure, and plunder armor, so no smoke bomb. I wonder if no smoke bomb is actually the play. Into it, between the eyes, onto Atho to land the blind. Catching a reroll, actually really good setup. Buffs could go for some big damage right now. He is down on a trinket, trying to get himself a second sippy cup rolling. He is down on trinkets. He is down on cloak, parry, vanish, but he still could go for big damage if he has big old plunder armor here right now. Big bike could be available maybe. That's going to be a cheap shot. Trying to get those tentacle slappers to proc. Is getting those things procking onto Atho. Got himself extra health to work with here in case Atho wants to turn this around. Shield event is up for Atho. It looks like Dirk Bunch is going to bail out of there, waiting for cooldowns. Into a grapple hook right after. It's like he's trying to do some damage in. Was that a vanish? Did you catch a reset? I actually caught a re-stealth. I'm surprised. I actually caught a re-stealth. Dirk keeps running. So as Outlaw Rogue, I'm like, I feel like sometimes he just commit for damage, but he just keeps running. Big bike, big corruptions, reaping flames, twisted appendage onto Atho. Don't have an opportunity to maybe just stay in and connect the damage. Athoman trying to use crucibles to keep himself afloat as best as possible. Parry up, has a cloak if he needs to. No trinket available. Does Atho get to do the big damage? Dress comes in, trying to do as much damage into Dirks as possible. Cloak of Shadows to follow. Athoman is super low on health. Might have to bubble if things aren't looking up for him at all. Dirks has a vanish if he needs to. Vanish cheap shot trying to stay offensive. I think he's going to come in. Bubble available for Atho. Does Dirks get to come out of there on top? Grapple hooking out of there. Does Atho have any globals left? Actually went in and just ran by and just took him out on his horse. Just slashed him, man. Slashed him out of there completely. Man, that was a while. Yeah, Rogue's so bad. Oh, come on, dude. Dirks Bine is a beautiful butterfly. He's actually a really, really nice guy. As Outlaw would have, I would have, if I was in his position, I would have stuck in because there's a couple moments where he just got a nice, good setup, damage rolling. At some point, you just got to commit. You're just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna do as much damage as I can. You know what I mean? And I feel like he was trying to go for more kite spree, running out of there, juking out, resetting, which is fine. You're prolonging the game, making sure you're just playing safe. But there's some moments where you just gotta kind of take the moment and just commit. Get yourself a decent roll. All right, commit damage. Because Outlaw can do damage. Once you get a decent buff, doesn't account for procs or nothing. And you get some damage. Kedem versus Atho. Atho popping in Blessing or Shield of Vengeance. Getting knocked back away from Kedem. Kedem using Disengage to try to continue cutting. Blessing of Protection still available for Atho if you might want to use it. Trying to get the shield to pop next to Kedem. Not going to happen. The freezing trap is going to stop. And Kedem playing the Beast Mastery Hunter playstyle is just going to shred through Atho. Might have to go for Blessing of Protection. There it is. Oh, he dispels it with a penetrator and interrupt on the Atho. I think he's done for the count. And down he goes. Kedem taking him out, man. Who expected Beastmaster Hunter to with such a thick posterior to also have a pet that will actually dispel? Not a lot of hunters run that, so Atho got himself a 3-0. Could have been a 4-0, but that hunter clapping him out. Out of there, boys. Out of there. Dual play with priest buff, interesting. That's allowed. If you got a priest on your team, priest can share a buff. Same with mages and warriors. Perfectly allowed, my boys. Perfectly allowed, man. Zika fanboy. Oh my god, man. Boosted my priest. I got 440 Adamo. The only thing I need is a quicker AoE DPS retool. A quicker AoE DPS retool. Yeah, Shadow Priest are not amazing in AoE. They're kind of good at cleaves, like dotting things up. But AoE, they kind of meh. Sometimes. Most possible for hunters. Yeah, that's what I use for my pets. Most pets, they're like beast mastery pets, like, you know, the spirit beasts. They will have a dispel of some sort. Most hunters run the pet that has a mortal wound or mortal strike effect. But when you do dungeons, you can get pets that have they can either be cunning, tenacity, like the tanky ones, or lust pets with some leech, and all of them can have different abilities. Like they can have a slow or a mortal strike effect, but some have a dispel. So I guess that one is a spirit beast that gives hunters self heal, but also has a dispel in it. And I don't know what skill pet it is. It could be defensive since it is a porcupine. It might be a tenacity pet, you know, defensive and all. Usually like turtles are defensive, but not all. Some can be a ferocity and still be defensive. Like Zendalari bear form dinos. There's like an area where there's like a lot of those bear form dinos, right? They're not really bears, but you know, they kind of like have a look like bear. It's like the Zendalari bear form. So those guys have like lust and they're tanky, so they're really good at solo content. But yeah, that was just unfortunate. You found one guy that runs the dispel. Most people in PvP run the Mortal Strike effect pet, so they'll either have a Mortal Strike effect or a dispel. I think there might be one that might be like a defensive tenacity pet with a heal for the Beastmaster Hunter, while also dispelling and a Mortal Strike. But I think I doubt it. I doubt something like that exists. Anyway, boys, that was a good one. Boys, it is time. It is 7:13. I was about to say 7:11, but almost 7:11. And I had food waiting for me. Some glorious, beautiful pizza. And my tummy's calling for that pizza. So I gotta listen to this bad boy down here, right? He wants pizza. I gotta feed him. So I'm gonna go feed myself. You guys have yourselves a good one. Super fun hanging out with all you guys. I enjoyed a lot of these deals. So many good plays, man. So many good plays. Some plays by the book. Some plays just out of nowhere. The damn is like, what is going on? And that's my favorite. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing NA 5V5 1V1 DUELS. So hopefully I'll see most of you guys there. Thank you guys so much for coming by. We do these duels every day, Friday and Saturday, starting 2 hours ago. So take the time where you're at right now, EU. Minus 2 hours. That's about the time we start the streams. We do them for about 2 hours. Thank you guys so much for coming by. You guys are fucking beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see all you boys in the next stream. Alrighty, boys? Alrighty. Peace.
It's murder. Go crazy, berserker.